Hello everybody and welcome to the United Stand. It's Manchester United versus Manchester City in the Carabao Cup semi-final. It's a Manchester derby. No excuses, says Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Well, look, maybe there will be some excuses tonight, to be honest. It's a big game and Manchester City are a very good side. But I believe Manchester United are a good side as well. And I think we've got a good opportunity tonight to go and get a result. Excited about it. And I think that, look, we can't have 4 semi-finals in a row where we don't make it. So we've got to go for it. We've got to attack the game in the right way. I am confident tonight, but I think we've got to play in the right way. And there is some early team news to bring you for this game. But I'll take it with a pinch of salt. I'm not gonna say that this is the team. It's been sent to me. I'm sure some of you have had it. And if it does turn out to be the team, it turns out to be the team. But to me, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense on many levels because Victor Lindelof has been out injured. You chuck him into a big game like this. Eric Bailly can have a rest at the weekend. Why would you not just bring Lindelof back for the weekend game against Watford, which is an easier step in? It doesn't make much sense to me. However, this is the team that I've been told. Henderson in goal. I don't think that will be a surprise to anybody because the Henderson seems to be the Carabao Cup goalkeeper, which is. I can't moan. I can give an opinion. I can't moan on this. At the end of the day, he has been in goal for all of the rounds. So you would expect Henderson to play. But then again, I think, Man City aren't going to play Ederson. So, I don't have a massive problem with it. Although you could say Donny van de Beek has played every round. Why is he not going to start? So why is it different for a goalkeeper, I suppose? But Henderson, I think, will be in goal anyway. Then it's the Lindelof and Maguire show at the back. Apparently Eric Bailly will not play and it will be Lindelof and Maguire. Now for me, this is a big shame. It's a shame for Harry Maguire because I think Harry Maguire plays better with a quicker centre-back. And I think Maguire and Lindelof are not a good centre-back pairing. And that therefore brings pressure onto Maguire and Lindelof. I think Lindelof's only just come back from injury. Why not play him against Watford? Eric Bailly and Harry Maguire are meant to be our first choice centre-backs, but obviously that would not be the case if we're bringing Lindelof back in. Why would you do that? If you want to give Eric Bailly a rest, you rest him against Watford. So why would you do that? So it'd be interesting. I can't see how this is the case. I think if it is the case, it's very worrying. And we spoke about this at the weekend that we love Bailly and we love Maguire and Bruno loves it because he can't shut up about it. But actually, when Lindelof's fit, he normally drops Bailly for Lindelof. So it'd be interesting to see whether that's the case. Fullbacks make sense, Shaw and Wan-Bissaka. Midfield of Fred and McTominay. You could say McTominay's a little bit lucky to start. I would have expected Matic to start, but he'd be a little bit lucky to start McTominay after his performance against Villa. Fred obviously needs to start. And then, to be fair, the front four of Bruno, Pogba, Rashford, Martial, I would be very pleased with that. So ultimately, I'd be pretty happy with that team. Certainly happy with the formation, but it's just I don't really want to see Lindelof playing. I don't think it helps Maguire. It certainly doesn't help our back line. You will see Wan-Bissaka tucking in again. I don't even care if McTominay plays. It's more about I don't really want to see the Lindelof-Maguire thing. But if we do, we do. And that's what happens. Welcome to the Members Club. Miko Walsh, thank you very much for doing that. Clicking the join button. And AZ says, I want Pogba to have the right attitude and stay more than anything. Just a shame he wants to go because on his day, he's the definition of class. We have got our United Stand picks. If you weren't aware of that, it was on the Flex and KG show yesterday. Very pleased to announce that we've launched our very own totally free pick'em style game called United Stand Picks. You can also get involved and win £1,000, which I'll mention in a minute. But to play, all you've got to do, hit the link in the video description. And you can go head-to-head with me or other United Stand presenters to see if you can predict more results and outcomes from this week's Manchester United versus Manchester City game. We're going to be giving away cash and other amazing prizes for every United game going forward. So make sure you hit the link in the description and sign up today so that you don't miss out. It is completely free to get involved. You must be over 18 to play. Terms and conditions apply. And please always remember to play responsibly. But the way that United Stand Picks works is once you've logged in and registered, you can play for every game. There's all sorts of things you can pick out, like which player will play more passes, who will score more goals, who will have more assists, who will make more tackles. And basically, it's just a big line of picks, and the one who picks the most gets the most right wins. So there you go. And I will play you this because for the launch of United Stand Picks, we have got this. Do you want a chance to win £1,000 this week? Well, today is your lucky day. All you have to do is enter our competition, United Stand Picks. The link is in the description. And by the way, it is totally free to enter. You must be over 18 to play. Terms and conditions apply. And please always remember to play responsibly. So what are you waiting for? Hit the link in the description and enter today. I'm used to that noise, you know, that woo! Every time I walk out the door, yay, woo! Yeah, I'm not really. But it would be nice though, wouldn't it, to have that sort of thing. But the link's in the video description if you want to get involved with that. Completely free to enter. And it's a game thing that we're going to be doing going forward as well. So links in the video description, get involved. But look, that is a predicted Manchester United lineup. That is not necessarily, it's not even a predicted lineup. That's not my predicted lineup. My predicted lineup was a back five, wasn't it? That is the team that has been leaked out. So we'll see what happens with it. I don't know whether it's necessarily going to be the case or not. But I do think that we've got to be wary about. I'm just reading something here. It's an interesting quote coming here from Frank de Boer, actually, in relation to. So Frank de Boer, is Frank de Boer the Dutch coach at the moment? Pardon my ignorance here if we have got any fans of Dutch football or the national team. I think Frank de Boer is the Dutch coach, and what he's saying is maybe it would be good for Van der Beek to discuss with the club exactly what they want from him. If the view in playing time does not improve, he may have to declare that he should be rented or even sold. So that's a very big statement there. That is a very big statement indeed. Really huge. That is the Dutch national coach saying that Manchester United need to give Van der Beek more game time or he should be asked to be rented or sold. And I tell you what, that's very interesting because I said this, didn't I? I did say that when it comes to the Dutch people and the Dutch press, they're not happy about what's happening with Donny van der Beek. And, you know, as fans of United, I don't think we're really happy, but we're really happy with where we are as a team. But they're not happy about what's happening with Donny van der Beek. Really not. Can you call Jay Gardner a prat, says Sam Tischler. Thanks for the super chats. You can do that through the dollar sign. Jay, apparently you're a prat. No, Sam, you're a prat. Oh, no, that was the person who did the super chat. Jay is a prat. But, yeah, interesting little bit of breaking news there for you. I just spotted that Frank de Boer, the Dutch coach, saying that, you know, if Donny's not going to get more time, he needs to go on loan, which fits in with what I said, really. I did say that. I'm not, you know, and it's not really, you know, we're doing really well. I don't want negativity around the club. We're doing really, really well. But the bottom line is that we are also in a situation where this player needs to play games, and that really does need to happen, doesn't it? Somebody just saying where to watch the match in India. I don't know. And it's from Ronald de Boer. Well, it says Frank de Boer on the quote from United Report. Mark, I know you like Donny, but I don't like him playing in this team, especially on Bruno's position. I like him box to box, says Iqbal. Yeah, well, I agree with you there. I'm one of the people who tells you that he's not just a number 10, that he can play number 6, that he can play number 8. So, yeah, I'm more than happy with that at the end of the day. And I just want to see him playing a little bit more. I'll be stunned if he starts tonight. If he's anywhere near the starting lineup tonight, I'll be absolutely stunned. But you know, we'll see what happens. Do you believe the myth that Frank Lampard is avoiding stick because he's English? Says Rohith. Well, I don't think it's a myth. I don't think it's a myth at all. I don't think it's a myth at all. I think that he is. He's definitely a player that a manager that has, you know, not received as much criticism as Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. But to be honest with you, I couldn't really give a shit about Frank Lampard because Manchester United are playing a semi-final tonight against Manchester City. And, you know, I think Man City have tried to sort of play this down. I think, you know, Pep Guardiola's come out with things like, you know, I haven't got many players. And, you know, we've had this issue with COVID, etc. Well, you've had that issue with COVID partly because some of your players go to New Year's Eve parties, don't they? But, you know, to be actually honest, the team that played against Chelsea had a bench that had Jesus and Aguero on it. So, you know what? I'm sure Brentford would love to have the problems that Manchester City have got tonight, where, you know, apparently they haven't got enough players, but they can still put the likes of Aguero and Jesus on the bench 3 days ago. So Manchester City have got more than enough quality. But as I said in my preview, I think when it comes to this game, it really is all about how we nullify their midfield. That is how we can win this game today. Nullify their midfield. And it will be very, very important for people like Scott McTominay and Fred to keep them quiet. You know, don't let them run off you. You've got to bite at their ankles. Hi Mark, I'm delighted to join the United Stand family. Looking forward to getting involved in all things United Stand. Fantastic work as always, my man. Keep it up. Thank you for the super chat, Miko Welsh, probably. Really like that. Will there be a second leg, says Rex? As I understand it, there will definitely not be a second leg, but as I understand it, there will be extra time before penalties. There will not be, definitely will not be a second leg though. So extra time, then penalties. All resolved tonight. Could be a good night. Could be a very good night for Manchester United. But we will get a result tonight. So that will be very, very nice indeed. How can he pick that defence? It's so disappointing, says Sarah. It's only a... come on City, says Michael Bassett. You see, we will get a few City fans in here. There aren't actually that many of them anyway. But we will get some because they don't actually have a legit fan channel. They did used to have a fan channel, Man City, called Blue Moon Rising. But they shut it down because it didn't get enough views. True story. Well, I don't know whether it is a true story, actually. But it did get shut down and it didn't get many views. So I'm just saying that it got shut down because it didn't get many views. In fact, they were so small, they had to share an office with a United fan channel. Any opinion on Klosterman? First choice centre-back for Leipzig until injury, which he's just recovered from. Quicker than Upamecano. Probably easier to buy than Upamecano, says Sam Raymond. I mean, I know who Klosterman is, but he's not a player that's been linked to Manchester United. And I've got zomnophobia, Mark. Haven't slept in 48 hours, says Big Josh. Well, let's hope United don't put you to sleep. And Jacob Hurley, thanks for the super chat. He says, thoughts on Rashford being the most valuable player in the world at 150 million and Bruno fourth at 135 million. Mad we paid around 65 million with add-ons for him. Keep up the good work, bro. Manchester United to win tonight. And that's from Jacob Hurley. I spoke about this. I was playing my FIFA career mode this afternoon. If you were watching, I apologise for repeating what I'm about to say, but not everybody will have watched it. So, Marcus Rashford it's not definitive. It's just a certain outlet has determined that he's the most valuable player in the world. He's not the most valuable player in the world, and even as a United fan, I don't think he's the most valuable player in the world. I think that Mbappe is, but because people might say Neymar, Ronaldo, Messi, but age-wise, Mbappe would be more valuable. But having said that, Marcus Rashford is valuable, and I'm not going to moan about it, and I'm not going to say it's ridiculous. It's not ridiculous. I just think Mbappe is more valuable. Because if you think about it, Marcus Rashford's age, if you think about Marcus Rashford's consistency and ability when he's playing well, and you think about he's doing it for Manchester United, and then you think about his off-field antics as well. And when I say antics, I mean I don't know what antics means, but antics. What I mean is what the great things he's done off the pitch. Then that all feeds into this positive profile around Marcus Rashford that increases his value. Marcus Rashford isn't Gaza or George Best, is he? He's not partying. He's a brilliant role model off the pitch and on the pitch. He's a brilliant player. He's a young player. He can get better. So his value, he would be one of the most valuable players in the world, is what I'm trying to say. But I wouldn't put him ahead of people like Mbappe, to be honest. Come on, City. We got a channel called City Extra. So Centurion's 100 points. Why have you got a channel called City Extra when you haven't even got a... Should it just not be called City? You haven't got one channel, so just call it City. Mark, have you been watching TalkSport recently? Simon Jordan talks so much rubbish about United, especially Ollie. He's so annoying. Yeah, well, negativity around Manchester United is what TalkSport does a lot of, don't they? Who do you think is going to have a good game tonight? Only Man United players is ready. I'm going to have to put my glasses on. My eyes are getting really tired already. This is not good. Struggling. Who do you think is going to have a good game tonight? Only Man United players says Ready HD. Oh... it's very hard to predict who's going to have a good game. I did say Wan-Bissaka would have a good game against Villa, and I felt that he did. I felt that Harry Maguire would as well with Eric Bailly. I'm a little bit worried about Harry Maguire if he plays with Eric Bailly. I mean, obviously, we don't if he doesn't play with Eric Bailly, but we don't know what the team is definitely yet. But I've got a funny feeling Pogba will have a good night, and Bruno. Hope our players don't get infected from City players. The risk is low, though, says Per Eric Klassen. And hey, Gaffer, what does the scrolling text say on the screen on your virtual desk? Oh, in front of me here. So basically, it says that keep this a top secret. Nobody must ever know this. If they do, then their life will never be the same. And it goes on to tell me what it says. I mean, if you turn it upside down, you probably can read it yourself. Please subscribe, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner. We're going to try and get up to 945,000 tonight. We have gone past, that's not right in the top corner, we have gone past 944,000, I think. So please subscribe, bottom right hand corner for that. Man City are a very small club and it's sad, says Massive. They're a very good club. They don't have much of a fan base compared to us. Love the streams, Mark. Watch them as I'm working from home. Takes the edge off Goalfest tonight or tight and nervy? That's a good question from the LMH. Thank you for the super chat. I think Ollie plays McFred or Matic Pogba to have left foot right balance in the midfield pivot, and that's why we don't see a change in that combination often, says Abhishek. That's interesting, Abhishek, because we don't do that with our centre-backs. Ozil has left the champagne and cigars. Have fun with the fortnight, says Zain Miasi. And has Ozil actually gone then? I didn't know he'd gone. And Nick P says, what's happening now with Donny is something we spoke about when he arrived. We preempted it being a problem that he was too good to warm the bench. The club rarely display great foresight. You can't, the thing is, you can't just you can't bench players and expect them just to sit there and say it's fine. You know, I wouldn't be happy with it. I'd love to play for Manchester United, but I wouldn't be sat on the bench, especially when there's certain players getting more game time than me. Just wanted to say thank you for you and the team's time. Really enjoy every video you do, says Joshua Crewhair. Guys, keep up the good work and let's win tonight. Yeah, let's do it, Joshua. I'm going to come... Mark, what's your score prediction, says Victor Liang, which also fits in with the LMH saying, do you think it'll be a goal fest or a snooze fest? I went 2-1. I think it will be tight, but there will be goals. But remember, we only played them a few weeks ago and it was boring. And I don't want to see it like that again. Pep didn't go for it. Ollie didn't go for it. We had a lot of the ball playing side to side. I want to see goals tonight. I don't think it's going to be 4-3. It won't be that open. But, you know, City's defence is good. United will play deep. But I think 2-1 would be nice. Do you think Ollie will opt with Henderson or play it safe with De Gea? He'll go with Henderson, James. I firmly believe that. When is the chart show, says Ewan Black. Well, I thought I'd just do it now, Ewan. No, not really. Watch the SBN after the Liverpool loss. Never seen Craig Burley and Steve Nichols so quiet, says Bradley. And Apache24, predictions for a correct score bet, Mark. I'm thinking 2-1 United. Up early in Australia for the game. Love all the United Stand content. Daily viewer, keep up the great work. Thank you very much for the super chat, Apache. And Joseph Terrell says, feeling nervous but also confident. I think Rashford will have a great game tonight. I'm predicting a 2-0 win. Come on, United. A lot of people going with the 2-0 win. Two goals for Manchester United, which is good. That's a leaked team. It's not the team at the moment. That is a leaked team. Sorry, Mark. Juventus versus Milan is more important, says Matt Horsnell. It's not. And the use of the wing is very important tonight. City's centre-backs have been excellent recently, so playing through the middle is a very difficult task, says Miko Walsh. Please subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. And remember, we have launched United Stand Picks. Well, we launched it last night. It's a place where you can go and challenge each other in relation to match outcomes. So links in the video description for that. But also to celebrate the launch of United Picks, we've got this. Do you want a chance to win £1,000 this week? Well, today is your lucky day. All you have to do is enter our competition, United Stand Picks. The link is in the description. And by the way, it is totally free to enter. You must be over 18 to play. Terms and conditions apply. And please always remember to play responsibly. So what are you waiting for? Hit the link in the description and enter today. It allowed me to have a little bit of a drink. Anyway, I quite like those little things, little ad breaks. I might do one for toothpaste for the next one. But on a serious note, you can with £1,000. It's free to enter. You must be over 18. And the way that United Stand Picks works is that You can go head-to-head against each other and United Stand presenter to see if you can predict more results and outcomes from this week's Man United versus Man City game. So it'll have a list of things, and basically you get points for what you get right. So it might be how many corners there's going to be, who's going to have the most shots on goal between two outcomes. Links in the video description. Give it a go, and you could win £1,000. Free to enter as well. Minted Bridge, says Imogen. What's that got to do with anything? It's free to enter, mate, and it's our United Stand picks thing. So not sure how that works, but there you go. And Pablo says sellout, Mark. Yeah, it's our thing that we've created. But crack on with your bitter things. Cry more. When's the lineup out? Says Alfie Lewis. Lineup should be out anytime. I never know with Carabao Cup, which is why we go live a little bit early. I know with Premier League games it's always an hour before, but I'm not so sure. I mean, it could. I presume it's not out yet, so it's probably going to be out at 7:15 because it's a 7:45 kickoff. Salah Ahmed says, I know you don't worry about Bruno getting knocked yet. Surely he has to be rested soon. Also, your career was entertaining today. You missed a certain centre back. Career mode was a shit house today, to be honest, Salah, and apologise for that. But I didn't. I mean, I am enjoying the career mode, but it's very hard on Ultimate, is what I would say. Let me just get rid of you. And please, Mark, can you do a Walking Dead gameplay? It's great. We are talking about football, Kyle. We're not. I don't want it to descend into going for Goldbridge. It is Manchester United versus Manchester City in the Carabao Cup semi-final. And, I mean, some people feel that City might be vulnerable. I think it's all part of the plan. I think City are playing this down on purpose. I think they are coming into this game on purpose, sort of saying, woe is us, we've not got many players fit. But the reality is Pep Guardiola loves winning the Carabao Cup. And I think that he will desperately want to win the Carabao Cup. And I think that they will be up for this. Nobody wants to... I mean, look, at the end of the day, it's a semi-final. You've got a final in April against Mourinho. I mean, whatever final, whether it's Pep against Mourinho or it's Ollie against Mourinho, that is a big game in April. End of April as well. Very different world, hopefully, in April. Very big chance that fans will be back in the grounds by end of April. So it's a massive game. Colgate Bridge incoming. Seriously, I think Ollie will approach more how we can hurt them rather than stopping them with the idea of damage prevention, says Jams. 03. Do an ad for Boris Johnson's blue shampoo and body wash. If you know, you know. Being honest, 2-1 United and begging to see Donny get minutes, says JT. Pogba to shine, 4-2 prediction, says Mohammed. And if you choose to promote toothpaste, I'd recommend Colgate Dotal as a dentist. Also, I hope you don't rinse after you brush your teeth, says Macarius Riyad. Well, thanks. It's not very often that we get a good tip from a dentist. But Colgate Total, apparently, is best from a dentist. But I did know that second bit. You shouldn't rinse your mouth after you brush your teeth because it gets... I presume the dentist might tell me this. But I can't remember who told me this. But when you finish brushing your teeth, spit the last bit out, rinse your toothbrush, but don't rinse your mouth out. And I think it's because you get rid of all the remnants of the toothpaste stuff, I think. Man City are more dangerous now. They are scoring less goals but have a solid defence, says Monza. And we're going to smash City, Mark. Can you call him Ben Mabry a Pratt, says Leon Southern. Ben Mabry a Pratt. All this, can you call such and such a Pratt? What do people do? Do they clip it and then take it to school and say Goldbridge called him a Pratt? Because I'm thinking I could start a business out of this. I'm going to call it I'mAPratt.com. And basically you can pay me £1,000 for a 5-second clip where I say such and such is a Pratt. I'm only doing 5 words though, so if you've got a double-barrelled name, it'll cost you £2,000. I'm taking the piss completely. I would never do that. 500 quid seems about fair. I'm still taking the piss. Res1, hi Mark, love from Toronto. Do you know if Cavani will be available for the Liverpool game? Yes, he will. And City will come at us like Leipzig did in the second leg. We need to go with 4-4-2 Diamond or 4-2-3-1, not a back 5, says Quatiop. And that's probably why he won't pick Matic as well. So, yeah. Please subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. We're trying to get up to 945,000 tonight, and we're about 600 away. So, bottom right-hand corner to do that. Thank you very much. And tonight we need to fight for our rights like Beastie Boys. Love the United stand. Much love from Sweden, says Lucas Naz. And can we have your team on the board and how we can add subs to change the shape tactics, says Paul Palmer Roberts. And welcome to the members club, Andrew O'Brien. Thank you very much for joining, Andrew. Appreciate that. You get your little badge next to your name. And thanks for supporting the channel. Appreciate that. Goodbye to you. And would love Donny to do well at us, but he ain't a United play. He slows down the play. Bollocks. Sorry, Robbie. He doesn't slow down the play. There's no way that he slows down the play. Not a way. No way. No way. We've got a confirmed lineup, but I'm not going to believe it because I think people just like to tell lies for notoriety reasons. The team isn't out yet, but Osvaldo does have a team very similar to the team that I've got on the screen. So maybe there might be something in it, but we will see. We will see how that goes. Lineups are out, says AZ. Well, I haven't seen one. I haven't seen a lineup, and I'm on Twitter. So there you go. Somebody would have put it out. Kyle Walker's in the squad, apparently. And Gabriel Jesus. They both had COVID. And super chat from Macarius Riadi says, absolutely bang on. I'd also recommend avoiding food and drink for 30 minutes after you've brushed your teeth. Ryan Cameron says, big up Mark, straight out of Jamaica. We love all our players as long as they're really playing for the badge. United we stand, says Ryan Cameron. And also, how have we not reached 1 million subscribers yet, says Ryan Coles. Mate, we were only at about 600,000 this time last year. So, you know, we're doing well. Score prediction, says Mark Holder, 2-1. 2-1 to United. And Imogen, it's all right. You don't need to apologise. And Sam Rahan says, remember you talking about COVID postponements in the AM show? Premier League will only postpone if a team has less than 14 players or exceptional circumstances. That's good to know. I'm just wondering what your reaction is going to be when we go 6 points clear of Liverpool with a 95th minute Bruno penalty. Well, if you're just wondering, Rishaf, let's hope it becomes a reality and you'll be able to watch it live. Welcome to the Members Club, Martin Castillo and Azak16. Appreciate that, lads. And Mark AS says, Mark, this referee stuff with Klopp and Ollie, I remember Sir Alex doing the same in the past. It just shows how we are all hypocrites and tribalism seeps in sometimes. Love it personally. Yeah, I mean, look, the fact that Ollie will be loving it and we're loving it because the fact that we're being spoken about penalties. No one would have spoke to us about... Klopp wouldn't even think about talking about Man United getting penalties last season because we were down, fighting for fourth. Now we're in a position where we're fighting for something a little bit different, and that's what it's about. Apparently, Rob Dawson says that Lindelof starts, so it looks like that this team news that we have. Henderson and Lindelof replaced De Gea and Bailly. Looks like it is true. I mean, people are saying... I mean, somebody's just said on social media, saving Bailly for the Premier League. I can live with that. What bollocks. This isn't about saving Eric Bailly for the fucking Premier League, is it? Because we're not playing in the Premier League for another week. Eric Bailly will probably play against Watford now because I personally think... And I'm not going to get angry about it. I personally think that his first choice centre-backs are Maguire and Lindelof. So we can love Eric Bailly as much as we like, but I think Ollie has proven over the last 18 months that even when Eric Bailly plays well, and remember this, Eric Bailly played really well against Chelsea last February in a Premier League game at Stamford Bridge. And everyone was like, he's got to play Bailly more. He's got to play Bailly more. He's got to play Bailly more. He brings Lindelof back in every time. Van der Beek can go for me. For me, he's way too hesitant and negative, which reflects bad on the team and their mentality, especially when they go down, says Dylan Sen. I think we've got a few trolls trying to get into people. I would ignore it. And welcome to the Members Club, Olska. Thank you for joining. And we have lost, says IDK. Well, we've beaten Man City with Lindelof and Maguire before. The game's not over because of that. I'm disappointed about it, but the game's not over if that's the case. Hi, Mark. For your back pain and troubles, I've noticed when you stand up, your chair isn't very ergonomic. Do your back a favour, mate, and upgrade, says Thomas Hunt. Thanks, pal. I will do that. Lee Preston says, Mark, I'm in the Red Army and your group is unreal and I love it when it comes to comments on the board which becomes invisible in other groups, says Lee Preston. Thank you very much, Lee. Jake Marshall says, love the shows, going to miss the game, working nights, fuming. Any plans to have shows on Spotify after they've been on YouTube like you did last year? Great for people like me who work shifts. Durex gang, says Jake Marshall. I know if you know, you know. Shout out to the Irish contingent whose government are making state exam students attend school in the midst of a huge spike in cases. Stressful times. This community means a lot. Thank you much, says Dan Kelly. Stay strong, mate. And Manchester City should stop playing Sterling against United. Aaron Wan-Bissaka always has him in his pockets. Go United, predicting a 2-1 win. Same as me, Sarush. Same as me. So, we should have this team news coming in any minute. I'm going to check it on my phone because I can get it quicker. But I think we've probably predicted the team right by the sounds of it. Let's have a quick look here. Come on. Get it out. There it is. Is that the team? Yeah, so that team is right. You know, fair play. We've been live for quite a while and we've got the team bang on. That is the team. So, Henderson in goal. Same as the team that we've got on the screen. Henderson in goal. Lindelof, Maguire, Pogba, Martial, Rashford, Fred, Fernandes, Shaw, Wan-Bissaka, McTominay. Bays on the bench with Twansebi and Tellez and De Gea and James and Mata and Matic and Van der Beek and Greenwood. No spot on the bench for Jesse Lingard again. And some people thought that maybe Jesse Lingard would start. So that's quite interesting, isn't it? Very interesting that they've gone down that route. But it is what it is. The league team was right. Sometimes it is right. Let me just talk to you about the Lindelof thing then. We'll get Flex on in a minute. But look, you know what? We're in a title race at the moment. And I don't really think negativity is the way to go. However, and this isn't negative, I just think the way that he's picked the team is negative. Thank God we're not playing a back five though. It's progress, says Jack Brown. I agree with that. And also, you know, for me, I said this at the weekend. And to be fair, nobody said, oh, Goldbridge, you're being negative. Because I phrased it in a way that was just, you know, observational. And what I basically said is that Eric Bailly has made a huge difference to this team. It's not just a centre-back pairing. It's not just a centre-back pairing. If I take you to here... No, I've got the wrong thing on here. If I take you to this bit here... get rid of Ben White. So, yeah, if I'm on here and... hopefully this works. Harry Maguire and Eric Bailly there. The line is very high, isn't it? 5 and 3. But when you bring Victor Lindelof into that team, then the line will go further back. Actually, it's just not working. Let me just go back. The reality is we're going to play a deep line because we're going to play Maguire and Lindelof and they're shit scared of the ball going over the top. Now, the stupid thing is Manchester City haven't got a player that can get in behind the back. So we might be able to play a higher line because of that. But it's not just Eric Bailly. I'd rather Twansebi play with Lindelof and rest Maguire. For me, it's frustrating to go back to this centre-back pairing that's cost us so many goals over the last 6 months. And I'm not going after Maguire individually, and I'm not going after Lindelof individually. A centre-back pairing is a centre-back pairing. And as a centre-back pairing, I don't rate them, and the evidence has been proven that. However, Chelsea last year, Stamford Bridge in the league, Lindelof injured. I think we kept a clean sheet and we won. And Eric Bailly played fantastic. Very next game, Lindelof fit, Eric Bailly dropped. This has happened numerous times. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's first choice centre-back pairing is Lindelof and Maguire. And he does want a centre-back, but on top of that, whilst he does want a centre-back, his first choice centre-back pairing is not a quick and strong in the air centre-back. It's two slow centre-backs. And that worries me because tactically, I don't like Lindelof and Maguire, but we just have to accept that Lindelof and Maguire are our first choice centre-backs. He will probably play them at Liverpool and at Burnley. Does a fast centre-back even matter if Ollie keeps playing Lindelof? If he can't make the tough decisions, he ain't cut out to be a manager, says Spring Fashion. I want Donny to leave now. He's our third best midfielder. Ollie just picking favourites. He ain't a ruthless manager. It's like he's picking his mates, says Sean Negative Turner. Hi Mark, just wanted to say good luck for today. I'm thinking a 2-1 win for United, then a Jose masterclass in the final. All the best, mate, says LBR. And please can you let me know Phil Jones' agent's mobile number? He's a genius, says Lee Preston. And Ollie's issue is that he's naive and thinks he's a genius sometimes. Bay's been in the form of his life, but he drops in for a huge game. I suspect some people will say Eric Bailly has been rested because he can't play every game. The problem is, I don't mind that, but if he plays against Watford, he's not been rested, has he? Because you're going to play him against Watford on Saturday night and then expect us to play him against Burnley on Tuesday. No, he's going to play Lindelof and Maguire on Tuesday. So I think he's picked his strongest centre-back pairing today, and the same centre-back pairing today will play against Burnley and Liverpool, and Bay will be back to playing against the likes of Watford until we have an injury problem. But look, the pressure's on the centre-back pairing today. I don't like it. I don't like it, but hopefully it will work out. This isn't good at all. We needed Twansebi to play today. Pace next to Maguire is needed, and I agree with resting Bay, but why Lindelof again, says United Live. An alternative view, dropping De Gea after that performance destroys continuity. This can't be good to switch keepers for a crucial game, says Sakin. On another note, why are we in for an attacking right back when we have got Delo, says Ryan Fox. I mean, to be honest with you, can I just say this as well? Why are we dropping David De Gea? He was brilliant at the weekend, and we've penciled in Henderson. And as I said, look, I don't really care. De Gea should play in goal today because we want to win the game. Like, you're playing your first choice centre-backs, you're playing Pogba, you're playing Bruno, you're playing McFred, you're playing Martial Rashford, you're playing your first choice right-back and full-back and left-back. But we're putting Henderson in goal because you penciled him in for it. Hold on a minute. Donny van der Beek has started every game in the Carabao Cup. You've not penciled him in. He's played every game in the Carabao Cup, but you've dropped him because you want a stronger team. But then in goal, we drop our strong goalkeeper to give Dino a game. It's contradictory. And it confuses people because I wouldn't have played Henderson today. I would have gone with De Gea. And I'm not saying, again, Ollie's the manager. He's doing a really good job. He is doing a good job. There's no but to it. He's doing a really good job. But it's so hard to it is so hard to read what his plans are with the team, because I think Lindelof coming in is weird. But I think it's also weird to play Henderson and then not play Donny van der Beek, because what's the justification? Well, I penciled Dino in because he's been playing in the Carabao Cup. Hold on a minute. Donny van der Beek's been playing in the Carabao Cup. He hasn't started a game in weeks. Why would you not just start Donny van der Beek today? So Bay much more likely to cost us. Well done, Ollie, says Robert McCormack. And Van der Sar for director of football. He'll take us in the right direction. Then Donny will play more. And also Lindelof to hit Rashford on a deep run and score. He can pass better. Perhaps that's the appeal for Ollie, says Warrior Fellaini AS. I still think we're going to win this game. I don't think it will be a big. Maybe it's hope more than expectation, but I don't think it will be a huge problem for us to win this game. Well, no, it will be a hard game. Of course it will be a hard game, but I think that we will win it. Remember, just while I get Flex on the call as well, I'm just going to play you this again. You can win £1,000. It's free to enter on our new United Stand Picks sort of website, where you can play games against each other for every single game. And let me just play this for you. Links in the video description. Do you want a chance to win £1,000 this week? Well, today is your lucky day. All you have to do is enter our competition, United Stand Picks. The link is in the description. And by the way, it is totally free to enter. You must be over 18 to play. Terms and conditions apply. And please always remember to play responsibly. So what are you waiting for? Hit the link in the description and enter today. Flex, can you hear me, mate? Hello, Flex, can you hear me? I can't hear anything from Flex today. Okay, we'll just... hopefully he will start to be able to hear us very, very soon. The City team, good mention, good shout out. Let's have a look. Man City, come on Man City. Manchester City team. They have changed their goalkeeper as well. So they've got Stefan, Cancelo, Diaz and Stones, Zinchenko, Fernandinho, Gundogan, De Bruyne, Mahrez, Foden and Sterling. So false 9. So if we'd played a back 5, that would have been really, really very, very odd to do that. At last, no 5 at the backs is Ready HD. And expected to see Bailly miss tonight and FA Cup. Would like to think he's being rested with an eye on the quick turnaround from Burnley to Liverpool. Hope so, Shane. That is a positive thing. If Maguire gets a yellow against Burnley, he's suspended for the Liverpool game. Would you rest him or risk him? If he picks one up in any game, he misses out, doesn't he? So that's quite interesting. Let me just send this message to Frex because I can't hear him. We've done that one as well, and I'm convinced Maguire and Lindelof have Ollie's nudes. To be honest, I think only Maguire has, because I believe Ollie wants Lindelof and Bay but couldn't, says Sheikh. And also, if I've done that one as well. At last, no 5 at the back, says Ready HD. Hi Mark, are United stand picks only for people in the UK? Love your work from Australia, mate, says Manu in Melbourne. I don't actually know about that, mate. Just give it a try. I think if you're over 18, you can do it. That's basically about the way that works, I think. So, yes. Let me just come out of this and try again. I don't know why that's not working. I can't hear nothing. Oh, he's talking, but I can't hear him. Hello? No, can't hear him at all. Let me just try something here.
You should be using...
It's not me. This is the team on the left. Yes, it is. And Microsoft out, says Druv. No, it should be working. I don't know why it's not working. I'm not muted myself at all. It's not. I don't think it's my end because we've been playing stuff out all the time. So it doesn't make any sense to me why this is not working. But I'll try one more time and then we'll just have to crack on. I'm not muted. I'm absolutely fine. For fuck's sake. Sorry about that, everybody. At least he hasn't gone with the back 5. My only question is, why is Bay and Van der Beek not playing, says Man United lists. And Lee Preston says it's a semi, which is a win. Beek's last season semi stumble. Flex has been dropped from the squad, says Lee Preston. And welcome to the Members Club, Matthew Hissient. And Angie S. Bay isn't rested because he would have rested Maguire. Let's see how we use the subs. We are backing Ollie, so let's back his choices. We're going to get a win. I hope we batter City, but it's going to be tight, says Angie S. Also, what else have we got? Let me just catch up here. Did you hear Tim Vickery talk about Casido deal? Hugely impressive. Better than Kante, already in his eyes, set to join United, says the Jimmy Dazzler. I did. We spoke about it this afternoon. Make sure you subscribe, bottom right-hand corner, to do that. It's interesting. That Casido deal just seems to be getting closer and closer. Apparently Discord has been having issues today with video voice chat between computers, but I think if one of you use a phone to call, it should be fine, possibly, says the Dragon Muncher. Thank you very much for that, mate. I will try it again in a minute. Not back in Ollie is a Muppet, says David Redmond. And Bubble Wrap FC, says David Sherwin. The confidence... the confidence that we have needs to stay regardless of the team that's been put out. But it is a concern when, you have that two as a back two. And, it is. I've got to be honest, it is. It is a concern because, we are in a situation whereby, Lindelof and Maguire do cause some concern. Of course they do. So, I don't want to see them as the centre-backs because, and no, it's not just me. It's not just me who said this. It's everybody else. Rio Ferdinand has said it. Many people have said it. It's a concern. But what can I do? What can we do? That's the team. That's the way it's going to be played out. We've got to go with that. So, yeah, it's unfortunate. It really is. But hopefully they'll be good enough. I mean, as I said, we're doing very well at the moment, Manchester United. And, we just have to hope that it works. Ollie is the man. I think Victor Lindelof and Maguire are his first choice centre-backs. So, yeah. Sorry, I've just got people messaging me. I'm trying to sort out this Discord thing, but it's fucked. Hi Mark, been watching you from day one and look how far you've gone. All love, mate. What's your score prediction, says Jack Dixon. And hope Martial and Rashford finish off their chances, says Varun Chanda. Name drop the micro mail, says Lee Preston. And it's a semi, which is win, beats last... Yeah, we've done that from Lee Preston as well. What time is kickoff, says Jack O'Connor. So we're kicking off at 6:45, so 44 minutes. I think this is just one of Ollie's things where he's just assuring a player that they don't lose their spot because of an injury. Maybe this is just a chance for them to prove themselves under pressure, says Deepak Singh. And happy we on 5 at the back, but does Ollie have an agenda against Donny or something? De Gea is also more experienced in the semi-finals and finals. Penciling in is stupid, says Nkiri. Mark, when do you think Donny will ever play? He couldn't even get a start against Villa, so I don't know when does he start. I mean, Druv, he would definitely start against Watford, 100%. 100% he's going to start against Brentford. I hope at the end of this game we aren't talking about Wan-Bissaka negatively. His chance to silence the critics. He's usually good against City, says Mancunian Reds. And De Gea, Mark, he's playing a 4-3-1-2, says George Lord. And don't get me wrong, I like Lindelof, but I would pick Bay after his recent form. It's a big look. You know what? It's a big game. I mean, some people are going to say he should have played Lindelof in this game. Some people will say he shouldn't have played Lindelof. He should have played Tuan Sebi. For me, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Welcome to the members club, Druv Tiagi. Thank you very much for joining. Make sure you subscribe. Bottom right hand corner. We're trying to get up to 945,000 tonight. But the point I was going to make is that if he'd played Tuan Sebi in a game like this, is it too big a game to chuck in Tuan Sebi? But what I predict will happen is that Lindelof is fit, so he plays Lindelof and Maguire because they're his first choice centre-backs. Lindelof and Maguire will play against Burnley, and they'll play against Liverpool as well. So, I said this at the weekend. I'm going over old ground here, but I said it at the weekend that my fear was at the weekend, we all love Eric Bailly. Even Bruno loves Eric Bailly. He made that block against Aston Villa and he's dropped. He's dropped him. He basically got him 3 points against Villa and he's dropped him for Lindelof because Lindelof is his first choice centre-back with Harry Maguire. And he's made it very, very clear. And I hope I'm going to be wrong about that. I hope against Burnley and Liverpool it's going to be Bailly and Maguire. but he's dropped the lad who got us 3 points on Friday night, and it's Wednesday. He doesn't need a rest. He hasn't played for 5 days. And if you played him tonight, he could play against Burnley in another week. I think he's going to play him against... Watford. And then he will play Lindelof and Maguire against them. So there. Justice for Bay and Donny says, hey Darali, and why there is no De Gea in the starting lineup? Because he's penciled Henderson in for the game, hasn't he? I mean, I predicted that on the thing. I mean, somebody said there it's called rotation. It's not called rotation though, is it? Because rotation is rotating players to keep them fit. When's Bruno been rotated? When's Harry Maguire been rotated? When's Aaron Wan-Bissaka been rotated? When has Rashford been rotated? Your best players don't get rotated in big games like this. You pick your strongest team. People need to realise that apart from De Gea, he's not picking his strongest team. At least if Lindelof... Sorry, he's picking his strongest team apart from the goalkeeper. And that he's only done that out of loyalty to Dino. At least if Lindelof has a shocker, then Bay will be back in for the Burnley and Liverpool games. Ollie needs to realise he's our best centre-back, says Chris Moore. And if anyone should be dropped, it's the perfect game for Maguire. I mean, who is going to head the ball for City, says Pumpkin Spice Latte. Well, maybe we can use that as a positive. I mean, look, there's a very good point there. No, somebody just said, what about Scott McTominay? Welcome to the Members Club, Gary Finnegan. Thank you for joining. And Man United, the United stand, and Ollie, the rest of the teams and supporters loves you all, says Roy Johansson. And it's a very good point as well. Scott McTominay was atrocious, according to you. I mean, I didn't think he was. I think he should have been subbed off, but I don't think he was as bad as people made out, to be fair, Scott McTominay against Villa, but he wasn't good. And yet he starts the very next game. What about, Donny could have played there. Matic could have played there. So, in fairness, we've not even spoken about Scott McTominay, and he's starting the game as well. Lindelof and Bay, best centre-back, but all you English people won't speak about that, says Rasmus. And Henderson... Mark, do you think that Ollie doesn't think he needs a centre-back and so won't ask for one? Maybe he thinks Lindelof and Maguire are good enough together, says Dylan O'Connor. Lindelof and Bay, best centre-back, but all you English have done that one. Thank you very much for that. Thanks for the super chats. You can do them through the $sign. Henderson has kept a clean sheet every cup game, says Ben Sayers. And why is Mark standing, says TPK? Because if I don't stand up, I sit down for about 3.5 hours, which is not good for anybody's arse. HN says you're too negative. It's not called negativity, mate. But you know what? If you click off and go away, you don't have to listen to it. It's really, really great thing about fan content, especially on YouTube, is if you press the X button, you don't have to listen to it. So you're listening for some reason. I don't know why, but it's not negativity. It's called fan opinion, and it's called interacting with live comments, who are putting lots of different things in there and creating debate. So well done to those people. Bay had... oh, God, that's whizzed by. The fact that Ollie rates McTominay tells you all about his football knowledge. Man never would get a job anywhere for any decent club. He's a fool. Come on, Niall. I get the frustration. I understand the frustration, but come on. It's a weird old season, and... it is a really weird season. I would accept that. But we are in a title race. So I cannot put up with people saying this about Ollie and that about Ollie. It's not fair. He's doing a good job. So, I don't necessarily think that is fair to say that. I might be able to get them on. Let me see if that'll work. Can try this. We can try something here. Okay, that's not fucking ready either. Okay, can't come after Ollie too hard after these results, says Daniel Luciano. I agree with that. Welcome to the Members Club, Elf United. And Gary Finnegan, thank you very much for joining. Also got a super chat from J Deep saying, damn right, you got to relax the buttocks and hip flexors by standing and moving around. Mobility is important for all desk-bound people. Thanks for the content, Mark, says J Deep. Thombear. And Fred took forever to get picked regularly, and Donny will be the same. You were complaining about Fred not playing, and now Donny, it will take time, says Gertrude. It wasn't me complaining about it. Mark looks cool in those glasses. Manchester is red, says Gorab. Thank you very much. And Pogba is starting, not McTominay. You might want to check the team news, mate. Scott McTominay is starting for Manchester United. Pogba's playing off the left. Seeing our lineup last time we played City in the semi-finals compared to now is a breath of fresh air. We're making progress. Come on, United. 2-0, I reckon, says Nkiddy. And Druv says, Mark, I saw in an interview with Fletcher where he didn't care about criticism of his performance because in big games he only cared about following Fergie's instructions to the T. Do you think Ollie feels the same about Scott? Yes. I think McTominay is basically a Duracell bunny, and I'm not saying that in a negative way. I think he is just absolutely dedicated to Manchester United. Talent-wise, I don't think he's got loads of it, but he will just run his heart out, and sometimes you need players like that. Welcome to Members Club, Nick M. And Ollie's playing for a draw to win on penalties, says Hansala. And I still think that team's good enough to beat Man City. You know, I really do. John Brown says, stop with the McTominay and Maguire agenda. John, just because you're doing a super chat doesn't mean I'm not going to call you a troll, because anybody with a brain already knows that I don't have an agenda against Maguire and McTominay. I didn't. Actually, McTominay got pelters when he came off against Villa, and I said I don't think he played that badly. And the last few games Maguire's played with Bay, I've said that Maguire's played well. So that's not an agenda, mate. That's called objective analysis of players that you want to succeed. An agenda would be constantly saying they're shit, which I don't. You know, if they play well, they get credit. So are you starting to believe, Mark, says Jean Jardine? I would start to believe. I think the thing that stops me believing is that I'm just a little bit confused about the team that we're building. And that's the thing that confuses me the most, is that I don't... Everybody wants to believe, and we're definitely in a title race, but I don't know what we are. I think that's the problem. I don't know what we are, because I don't know, you know... Everton, for me, the first half an hour against Everton in the Carabao Cup just before Christmas was the best half an hour I think we've seen all season. And that's because we played the high line with Eric Bailly. I thought against Villa, we played really, really well as well. But today we're going back to a team... Well, I mean, when was the last time Lindelof and Maguire played with each other? And we're going to play it a very, very different way. So it's like you start to believe in a team and then he changes it. The only one negative is Sean Turner. Mark, this will be a game of defence, and I don't think with this team we will win it, says Magic Eye. Mark, who will control the midfield, Fred or Fernandinho, says Varun Chanda. I think Fred can do it. Rasmus says it's not an agenda when everyone can see that they've been terrible at times. Exactly. And I'm delighted to be a new member of the channel, says David Savage. Mark, greetings from Cork. Be tough to win with Maguire and Lindelof, but willing to give them a chance. Thank you very much for the super chat there. Can't do it on my phone, mate, can I, when I'm on a desktop? Getting messages here. Delighted to be... Okay, welcome to Members Club, Harry Jones. And Steve Locke says, feel for Bay, but City don't have a lot of pace in the side, so hopefully not trouble as Aaron Wan-Bissaka on Sterling and Fred to keep Van der Beek quiet should work, says Steve Locke. We have the team to win, but if we sit back, their movement will carve us open. We need aggression, says Sean Finity. Yeah, we've got to. I said this in the preview. We've got to get hold of this game. In that sense, we've got to get hold of what's his name?
Right. Why have you got the same badge as me?
That's what I just said. I was saying, like, why?
Oh, I get it, because it basically this is set as the main channel one.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, but I'm logged into it though. Oh, the badge is set as the main channel thing.
Because we're both users of this
right,
thing,
okay. Yeah,
so it's using off mine, because I'm the only one who doesn't ever use yeah.
Hello?
Device is not connected.
No, that's not going to work. Okay, I'm just trying to get this audio in. We have the team to win, but if we sit back, their movement will cause us open. We need aggression, says Sean Finity. And welcome to the members club, David Redmond. They could hear Flex and they could hear them, but they couldn't pull me in. Yeah, I'm getting pretty pissed off with technology, people. It's a shit show when I have to do it all on my own. So, yeah. 3.5 hours of sat on my fucking own. Great. Fantastic. Anyway, it's not your fault. It's not anybody else's fault. I just won't be going for a piss for 3 hours, which is great. And I got aired as well. Why the glasses, Shravan? Because I've got tired eyes. Welcome to Members Club, David Redmond and Harry Jones and Nick M. I think I've shouted them out before as well, but I'm going insane here with this. Tech Bridge, says Stephen Sam. It's not Tech Bridge, it's just not having things in place, what I've been trying to put in place for a long time. And basically some people get to sit on their arse on their phone and, you know, just come on and put their audio on. Whereas I have to sit here for 3.5 hours and run a show. We're playing 4-3-1-2 against Man City, says Jay Perryman. Call me in, Mark, I'm ready, says Daniel Leach. It's nothing to do with that, it just isn't working. Byron Wild, welcome to the Members Club. Thank you very much. And Mark, just view your voice video and set your microphone, for fuck's sake. Ollie has picked this team before and it has worked before, so hopefully it works again. We are joint top for a reason. Glad to be a new member, says Gary Finnegan. Thank you very much for the positivity, Gary. And bye-bye Mitch H forever. And Mark, relax, you'll get the tech sorted. I'm not, mate. People don't realise when you're live, you're running a live comments, you're running a show, and your brain is running at 100 miles an hour and you're trying to figure out technical issues that haven't been a technical issue before. And every second you're quiet is a massive second to you. So I haven't got the time to start figuring out things while I'm live. It's dead time. And when you've got dead time, it's a dead show. So it doesn't work like that. And not many people will appreciate that. Kean Darcy, welcome to the Members Club. Thanks for your support. And Key Chino says he picked Lindelof. Yeah, he's picked Lindelof, unfortunately. Half an hour to kick up. Some people are very happy with it. Some people are very happy with the lineup, to be fair. Why not bring back Rojo, says Quinton. No thanks. And United posted on Twitter about Eric Bailly saying he's apparently raring to go but refused to start him. Yeah. I mean, Joe Trapiani says, nice hair, Mark. The thing is, I'm getting really worried about this because I know I'm not going to get a haircut for 6 weeks, and I am going to end up with long hair, which is what everyone's going to have to end up with again, like what we had in March, isn't it? So it is a bit frustrating in that sense. But at the moment, it's not bad. What's the point signing a defender when they won't play, says Paul Heighton. And I think that's a great point. That is a great point by Paul. What is the point in buying a centre-back when we pick Bailly and we say, oh, the problem is you can't stick with Bailly for the whole season, he'll get injured. But then we go into a massive game like Man City and we drop Eric Bailly for Victor Lindelof. It's, I think we just need to accept, and I'm going to tweet this as well, whatever anyone's thoughts are, Lindelof and Maguire are clearly Ollie's first choice centre-backs. And I choose just to see how the game goes before I say anything about it. If Bruno was picking the team, Ben Eels, he 100% would pick Eric Bailly. Bruno's not stupid. That's why on social media he's been saying how great Eric Bailly is, because he knows the team play higher up the pitch when Eric Bailly plays. Mark, we've got a great squad and strong team tonight. Carabao, the Prem and Europa, the Pound Land Treble is on, says Jason McAvoy. And playing against City's high press, Lindelof better on the ball could be the reason, says Daniel Harding. Good point. Good point. I suppose the gamble is that Man City won't play haven't got a lot of pace on the break, so we don't need to worry about it. So that's interesting. Sorry, let me just send this message. Ollie is a great manager, but not the best coach. He can bring in great coaches. He's building something special. Happy with the lineup, deep squad, says Ross Baker. And why did he rush back Lindelof? And also, apparently, United's extended Jesse's contract, says Aiden 10. He hasn't. We've only extended his contract by a year. If we didn't extend his contract, he would have been gone in the summer. So you've got to go with that. You've got to extend his contract. So I don't really have a massive problem with that. You've got to do that. Yeah. Because otherwise you can talk to anybody right now. Jesse Lingard could go for nothing. So you've got to give him a new contract. And it's only a year. It's not like he's giving him a 3-1. I think Luke Shaw down the left-hand side will be really good, Seda. I mean, I know they're playing Morez, but Luke Shaw normally does a really good job. And please subscribe, by the way, bottom right-hand corner. We're trying to go to... we're trying to get to 945,000, which would be great. We are only 400 subscribers away, so bottom right-hand corner to do that. Shave all your hair off and look like a jelly bean. Now that would be some tasty news, says Callum Wilkins. And I'd never shave all my hair off. I picked X amount of tackles for Bay, but not playing, says LC123 Thomas. And Kian Darcy, welcome to United Stand Members Club. Thank you for joining. I must just give a shout out for that as well. So we have launched United Stand Picks, which you should be able to see below me there. The link's in the video description for this. This is a new thing that we've got every single game now, where you can compete against each other in relation to game actions. So it could be you compete against each other. We'll be doing it as well, United Stand members. But it could be who's going to make the most tackles out of these two players, Bay or Stones. Who's going to make the most key passes, Bruno or De Bruyne. And there's a list of them to go through, and obviously the more you get right, the more points you accrue, and you could be at the top of the leaderboard for that. So the link's in the video description for that. But to celebrate the launch of our United Stand Picks, which is free to download and get involved with, the link's in the video description, and all the details are there. But to launch it, we are doing this. Do you want a chance to win £1,000 this week? Well, today is your lucky day. All you have to do is enter our competition, United Stand Picks. The link is in the description. And by the way, it is totally free to enter. You must be over 18 to play. Terms and conditions apply. And please always remember to play responsibly. So what are you waiting for? Hit the link in the description and enter today. Do you want a chance to win £1,000? Sorry, I started playing it again. I'm okay with this benching Bay today because I want us to wrap him in cotton wool so he doesn't miss that Liverpool game, says Nicholas Al-Halloran. I hope you're going to be right about that, Nicholas. But for me, I don't think it's I don't think we're resting him for the Liverpool game. I think that our first choice centre backs are Lindelof and Maguire. Welcome to the Members Club. Cal L Can Fly. Thank you very much for joining. And what are you waiting for, says Lewis Keel. I don't know what you're waiting for. Oh, you're talking about that. And Mark, don't you think if Van der Beek is told to do the role for McSauce, he can do it miles better? Your thoughts? And what is your opinion on Solskjaer now using Giggs and Keane to motivate the youth players, says AYNG Farman. And there's no second leg, Estates. There is no second leg at all. So it will go to extra time and then penalties. And Ollie out now, let me explain, says no reliability. His favouritism of players over quality and form will be his downfall. Maguire, Lindelof, Bay this season, free Van der Beek. A few people unhappy, but I think the sooner we get to kick off the better. I think tonight we are too much for City tonight on the counter-attack. Please sing Ollie's at the wheel, says Aidan Pathworth. It's all about pressure, says UK Top Lyrics. With this centre-back pairing, we will sit deep, invite pressure, and it's proven Maguire and Lindelof crumble under pressure. I think the one thing that we cannot have happen, I think the only player that's set up to deal well with Man City is Fred. McTominay is big, Maguire is big, and Lindelof is slow. Man City, if they get to ping the ball around the edge of our box with their little intricate give and goes, the only player that's really good at that is Fred. So we've got to keep them away from our back four anyway. I tried to sign up, never got my text. Canadian number, says Trevor Jones. And I genuinely don't know why we signed Van der Beek. He's a class player and squad rotation is vital in this part of the season. And we just sit him on the bench, says Al Lyric Videos. Fergie loves McSauce. Ollie is scared to undermine him and put Van der Beek in, says Paul Palmer Roberts. So I just watched Ollie's pre-match and good training for Harry and Victor is they work. Sorry, Chris Granthwell says, I just watched Ollie's pre-match and good training for Harry and Victor is they work Chris, we would have loved a little bit more on what Ollie said about that. City playing with a legit striker, Jesus and Aguero on the bench, says Nicola Kay. And who's better, Riyad Mahrez or Bernardo Silva? I mean, Bernardo Silva's a very, very good player. I'll turn the ad down, Nathan Schmidt. It's hard for me to know what the sound is. Bernardo Silva's a very good player, but Riyad Mahrez, I really like Riyad Mahrez. But to be fair, Luke Shaw normally plays very well against him. I don't want to say any more than that because Luke Shaw normally does play very, very well against him. So hopefully that will continue. With a good performance tonight. And on the other side, Wan-Bissaka normally deals with Raheem Sterling very well as well. So this would be a very good performance if we can shut out their their wingers. But De Bruyne is the player we've got to shut out as well. And I look at that United team and I see Pogba, Rashford, Martial and Bruno and I think we've got to hurt them. And I did say this in the preview as well. I thought we were going to play a back five. We didn't play a back five. I said in the preview, Pogba must start, and Pogba is starting. So for me, if you're going to have any reservations about this team, and I really hope it doesn't happen, my three concerns are Dean Henderson in goal, because I think he should keep De Gea in, but I understand why he hasn't. Lindelof coming back in with Maguire, just don't like the partnership, and McTominay coming in when maybe Matic should have started. But they're not deal breakers. They're not deal breakers for me. So we'll see. Harry the Hoover and Victor the Vacuum paired with McFred in front of them. Is Wan-Bissaka and Shaw going to go forward at all, says Fabian. Well, I don't think that will happen. I think that, Bubble Wrap FC will be back. I think we will wrap Maguire and Lindelof with Shaw and Wan-Bissaka and McTominay and Fred. I'll be very surprised if that doesn't happen, and we can certainly keep our eyes on that during the game. I really do think that will happen because we've seen it happen so many times before. Please subscribe, bottom right hand corner. We're on that road to 945,000. Remember, we're live every night at 8 o'clock. We've got our morning show at 10 o'clock, and after the game, player ratings, match reaction with me, and then straight onto the fan forum with Alright KG. I'm rubbish at that, and Flex and everybody. Mark, did you see the video WikiLeaks released that showed cutscenes filmed for the US moon landing that were filmed in Nevada? No, Ken Killian. Don't know what channel you think you're on, but didn't see it. Don't have any observation with it. And what's it got to do with Maguire and Lindelof starting? And Alberto, thank you for the super chat. All right. Can't do it. Can't do it. Just don't even try to do it. You're rubbish. Don't even try to do what you're rubbish at. That's what I think. Apparently there was a bad tackle in the game between Brentford and Spurs last night. Who wants to tell me about that? Apparently there was. And I don't know what it's to do with. But apparently there was a bad tackle. Free Romero, says Lezigo. Because Maguire's balloon headers will end up on the moon. That was good. I wasn't that funny, but it was good. Do you think Ollie prioritised the league considering you won't get a new centre-back in January, hence Bay's bench, says Futerix? Look, this is the United stand. All opinions are welcome. Subscribe, bottom right-hand corner, it is free. Smash a like on the video if you want. But I get asked a question, I answer the question, and everyone says, wow, you don't listen to anyone else's opinion. In my opinion, Eric Bailly has been dropped and Victor Lindelof is starting because it's factually shown that Eric Bailly is not a first choice centre-back for Manchester United. His first choice pairing has always been over the last 18 months, Lindelof and Maguire. So I think in a massive game, our fourth semi-final, he is going to go with his strongest team. And apart from the goalkeeper, I think he's gone with his strongest team. Lindelof's back. I trust Lindelof more than Eric Bailly. I'm picking Lindelof. And I think that's my personal opinion. It doesn't mean it's right. Some of you think Bailly's been rested for Burnley next week, which means he'll have had nearly 2 weeks off. That doesn't seem to make much sense to me. I think Bailly will play against Watford and Lindelof will play against Burnley. And that will prove my theory that Maguire and Lindelof are his first choice pickings. Which is amazing when you think that if it wasn't for Eric Bailly, we wouldn't have beat Aston Villa. It's amazing that he would drop him, but I think he's dropped him. And that's on the manager, the manager's choice. You know, we're top. We win on Wednesday. We win on Tuesday. We're top of the league. So what do we know? After seeing our centre-back partnership tonight, my optimism automatically dropped by a lot. If you want to West Bay, Twensebi is a better alternative, says Miko Welsh. And hopefully McTominay's been told to drive forward past Bruno again, says Ross Westbrook. Mate, he ain't driving forward. The only gear he's going in is reverse. Because do you think you can drive forward past Bruno when Maguire and Lindelof are behind you? He's staying in front of them too. Definitely. Do you still think Pep or Klopp could win a league with our team, or has your opinion changed? As ads? No, I don't think they could. I don't think they could. I don't think they could win a title with this team. I just think this is a very weird season, and we could win the title. But the reality is, Liverpool have dropped so many points that we're only in a title race because everyone else has been as inconsistent as us. Look, we shouldn't be in a title race this season because we dropped a lot of silly points at the start. But other teams, like Liverpool and Man City this year, aren't as good as they have been for the last 2 years. And that's opened the door to us. And we've got to take advantage of that. How about getting that centre-back from Dortmund, Eric, Jimmy Conway? People always give me the name of this player. And it's obvious what it says. Eric, and then the second name, Shun. It says what it says. It does what it says on the tin. I'm not going to fall for it. Straight away, we are 10 yards deeper with that centre-back pairing. Big game now needed from Maguire. No Bailly to bail him out. Yes. But you know what? To offer a positive on this, what if? And I don't know whether this is why we've done it, but what if you think about it, they're not playing with a striker. Man City are not playing a striker. So why would we be worried about the ball over the top? Because the pace in that Man City team is Sterling and Mahrez. Well, Shaw and Wan-Bissaka are quick. Where's the pace to worry Lindelof and Maguire? So I wouldn't play a deep line. Why do we need to play a deep line? If they put a ball over the top, let Wan-Bissaka and Shaw chase it with their men. If the ball goes over the top, who's going to worry Maguire and Lindelof? So for me, they need to play a higher line. I just don't understand why Bailly's being dropped. Even if we win, it's just not right dropping him while he's on form, says Natty. Well, you know what? Ollie's the manager. Ollie is the manager, and if he thinks Maguire and Lindelof are his first choice, then they're his first choice. There's nothing we can do about it. Mark, you say Bailly's always a game away from injury, so with Burnley and Liverpool coming up, maybe it's good to keep him out until those games. Liam, if that's the case, Liam Devon Red, I totally agree with you. But, however, okay, if Bailly plays against Watford, we weren't resting him tonight because Watford is closer than Burnley. And if he doesn't play against Burnley, we weren't resting him tonight. We dropped him. And that's all I'm saying is we will know by next week whether Bailly was dropped or rested. If he plays against Burnley, he's been rested. If he plays against Watford, he's been dropped. Mark, Ollie said the reason Eric was dropped is because, in his opinion, Harry and Lindelof work well together. His words, unbelievable as that is, says Chris Grathwell. Exactly. And I'm going to confirm that on Twitter. The reason Bailly isn't playing is because Harry and Victor work better together. There you go. I'm playing Football Manager 20. I started off unemployed and I'm currently with Everton. It's year 2026 and Manchester United just signed Jadon Sancho. Stray79. Streaming on Twitch with 2 people watching now. I'm taking the piss. I'm just joking. I'm only joking. I'm just joking. Let's have a bit of fun. I don't see nothing wrong with a bit of fun. I don't know why I'm singing that guy. He's dubious. Dubious. It is. Bizarre. Show respect for Ollie, says risk. He deserves respect. He does deserve respect. He does. You're right. You're absolutely right. Can I just remind you that we've launched our United Stand picks today. Our very own totally free pick'em style game called United Stand Picks. If you get involved today, you could walk away with up to £1,000. To play today, all you have to do is hit the link in the description and go head-to-head with me or one of the other United Stand presenters to see if you can predict results and outcomes from this week's Manchester derby. We're going to be giving away cash and other amazing prizes for every United game going forward. To make sure you hit the link in the description, sign up today so that you don't miss out. You must be over 18 to play. Terms and conditions apply, and please always remember to play responsibly. Links in the video description for that. The things that you can play at are head-to-head things. So it might be who's going to make the most tackles out of Bailly and John Stones, or who's going to make the most forward passes out of Bruno and McTominay. Very easy. So links in the video description for that. Get involved with it, and one of you will win £1,000. Remember, it's free to enter, but you must be over 18. All the details are in the video description. And give it a go, everybody. That will be running for every game. Another new thing to get involved in, if you wish. Would you take Fellaini back as a starter on a 3-year contract if it meant the current pandemic came to an end? Marlow, I would take Di Maria, Sanchez back, Fellaini back. Any shit can come back. I'd take David Moyes back. Come back with Fellaini and your CD collection of Bob Marley. Come back. Yes, and give me one more try, 'cause a love like this could never die. Come back. I love that song by Pata Banton. Yeah, I'd bring anybody back to stop this pandemic. Anybody back, because we're all suffering, aren't we? And yeah, we need this. We need this to end. Of course we do. We need the fans back in the ground. We need freedom back. So yeah, of course I would. I'd take Fellaini back for mankind and womankind. Alolu says, despite people not wanting to admit it, Pogba is a huge factor in this game. If he's on song, we can beat anyone. If not, we will surely struggle. Mate, check out the preview if you want to. You've still got 9 minutes till kickoff. I said in the title of the video, Manchester United versus Manchester City, Pogba must start. Pogba must start. The game is not going to be won by Maguire and Lindelof or McTominay and Henderson. It will be won by Bruno and Pogba and Rashford and Martial. What team is more reliant on their star? United with Bruno or City with De Bruyne, says Glyn Morrell. And Ollie never said they work better together. He said Eric will continue to play, but today is a game for Harry and Victor, says Travis Johnson. Well, I'm going off what I was told, so I'm probably going to get in trouble now. Sorry, went away for a while, says Shake. Since Flex isn't there tonight, don't forget your toilet break before the game starts. Please don't jinx it. Go, go, go. I'm not going. I'm not going to go because it just leaves you with nothing to do. I'm not going to do it. I'm not. Good to see you in a good mood, Mark. Also, what happened with your COVID test, says Aresh. Fine, absolutely fine. Although, I felt, honest true story here. Honest true story. I felt like absolute shite last night. Felt really bad. And I was like, oh my God. Because my COVID scare happened a week ago. What day? It's Wednesday now, isn't it? That actually doesn't work. I don't know, what was I scared about last night? So Monday last week, I had my hair cut, and then I got told that somebody tested positive there. So I felt rubbish on the Thursday. So I had my test, and it came back on the Friday. I was fine. But of course, you can still catch it. You can still pick up symptoms up to 10 days afterwards. So last night I felt terrible. I thought, it's only a week ago, but I forgot it was Tuesday last night. So actually it was nearly 9 days last night, so I definitely didn't have the symptoms for it. I'm just a bit of a prat. Haven't been this excited about a game for a while. I know there's question marks over the defence, but I think we're better than this City team. Rashford and Bruno to be on the score sheet tonight. Manchester is red, says Joseph Tyrrell. I think that my feeling here, Joe Smith says his mum and his sister all tested positive this morning. Get plenty of rest, and I hope you're all safe and well. People at work have contracted COVID, so self-isolation now need a good result tonight, says Sion. Please do take care, stay safe and stay well. I think that anybody who's doing doing anything that they don't need to do at the moment is selfish and stupid. If you've got to go into an office space, then you've got to go into an office space. If you've got to go to work in a supermarket or be a nurse or a teacher for key workers or whatever like that, then you've got to do that. But if you are, if you're going and doing video shoots or whatever like that you don't really need to do, then you're an idiot and you're selfish. You don't need to do it. Stay safe, stay well. There's a lot of people dying at the moment. Mark, I want to win this trophy. It's a trophy, mate, says Martin McCullough. And I have to go to work every day, says Don. Look, some people do, and it is a risk, but I as I said, I used to work in the police and stuff, and some people, the heroes. It's not all about the NHS. What about the people who are driving lorries, getting bloody food all around the country? People working in the shops, people doing the bins. People, there's a lot of people out there that have got to go to work, and they're all heroes. They are. Big up to all the delivery drivers. Exactly, Craig Warby. Exactly. So we're 6 hours out from the kickoff. We're not 6 hours away from kickoff. We're 6 minutes away from kickoff. And construction sites should close. Can't really keep a distance, says Sion. Yeah, I would agree with you on that one. They didn't shut them down before, though, did they? They didn't shut them down last March. So Man City are coming in out in these traditional tops as a tribute to Colin Bell, who is a Manchester City legend. From the 70s. I don't know whether they're wearing them in the actual game or they're just going to come in them now, but they're going to be up for this. I'm going to go through the Man City team. We're 200 subscribers away from 945,000, so please subscribe, bottom right hand corner. And hey Mark, what's your score prediction, says Ali. I'm going to go 2-1 to Manchester United. I'm not going to change how I feel about that. I'm going to stick with two teams. I'm just messaging someone because they sent me the team news at 4:30 tonight, and they were right with both teams. So I'm going to read it off the DM. I don't need to go on Twitter. Stefan, Cancelo, Diaz, Stones, Zinchenko, which will be a back four. They've then got Gundogan and Fernandinho, which will be a shielding two. They've then got Kevin De Bruyne, Mahrez, Sterling, and Foden. So they're not actually playing with a out and out striker, which should make the job easier for our two centre-backs. Thanks to the entire United stand crew for keeping us all sane during these lockdowns. Keep up the great work. Let's go United, says Travis Johnson. And opinions on McTominay starting, says Sion. You know what? I'm not actually as negative as some people are about McTominay. For me, I don't think Matic pulled up trees when he came on Friday night against Aston Villa. And he's never going to pick Van der Beek. So I know it's Matic or McTominay. McTominay, he looks the deal. He's walking out there. He's got the short haircut. He looks the real deal. He will be up for it. Has he got the talent? That's always the problem with Scott McTominay. Against Leeds, when he runs past Bruno, brilliant. Some games when he plays CDM, he's okay. Some games, he's trash. I don't really think he's a CDM. I think he's a box-to-box player. And unfortunately, when he plays at CDM, 9 times out of 10, he doesn't run past Bruno. And I think McTominay's either going to have a really good game or a really bad game. We don't get enough good performances from McTominay that are consistent. And my worry about McTominay against a team like Man City is he's 6'9". He's not. He's 6 foot something. But he can get bypassed in a game. But I'm not massively bothered about McTominay playing. I know a lot of people weren't happy with him, and you can do your player ratings afterwards, but I'm not massively bothered about McTominay. For every bad game, he might have a brilliant game. I think Fred's important. Tenacity of Fred, very important. Low centre of gravity against the team that, will keep the ball on the ground. My biggest concern is maybe the goalkeeper, but then the goalkeeper that they've picked, they haven't gone with their strongest goalkeeper either. So, it's not unusual to change your goalkeeper in cup competition. So maybe we can't moan about that one too much. The centre-back pairing, I wouldn't have done that. That's the one for me. I would not have not picked Eric Bailly. I wouldn't have brought Lindelof back in. But it might not be bad. And ultimately, What I really hope is going to happen, that it won't be bad, and we will say at the end of the game, you know what? Many of us would have picked Bay. Ollie's gone with Lindelof. He's got it right again. I just want Ollie to get things right, because where we are in the league, we are right at the moment. And to be honest with you, why are we thinking about defence? Why are we thinking about the vulnerabilities about our defence? Because ultimately, with Pogba, Bruno, Rashford and Martial on the team, I want them on the ball. And the biggest thing is it's not the personnel, it's the way we play. If we sit deep, it doesn't matter whether we're playing Maguire or Lindelof. That's coming from the dressing room. If we're playing high up, we'll get our better players on the ball. So for me, it's not really about the individuals. It's about the way we play. What did the farmer say when he lost his tractor? Where is my tractor, says Jaruda. Thanks for all the super chats. You can do that through the $sign. Hi, Mark. Just a quick one before the game. People are on about right back. Do you think Fosu Mensah get a chance to prove himself? I don't think he is going to get a chance, Bradley. I don't. Hello, Mark. Pleasure to be here. Come on, United, and hope you're well, says PJ Pennington. Mark, please make a triple-decker sandwich for good luck with cheese and tomatoes. You have 5 minutes, says David Nihan. Thank you for the sticker from Renate. She never lets us down. Always a nice little sticker. And Joseph Tyrrell is just very excited, which is good. Please subscribe, by the way. The players are in the circle, and they've already started their minute silence, so I'm already being disrespectful. So I will just... I've missed it, really, basically. But this is for... Well, what I'll do instead is Colin Bell. I know the name. Manchester City legend. Died yesterday. There's Mickey. Is it Mickey Summerby? He's got tears in his eyes. Obviously played with him in the 70s. A sad day for Manchester City. And, good that what better game to have than a Manchester derby. But a Manchester City legend before Manchester City became... this club that, is now one of the biggest clubs in the world with all the money it's got. So a minute's silence from the players on the pitch for this one. And a very big game, a very, very big game. And look, we've been chatting for a while. Let's get it on. Please subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Let's see if we can get up to 945,000 on that road to... You know where that road is. 1 million subscribers. What an achievement that will be. And what amazing things we've got planned for you when we get there. Got nothing planned, really. We're all in fucking lockdown. No, we have got things planned. It is dependent on lockdown. Okay, so timer's nearly ready to kick off. We've got a few... we are. Shit. Get the timer ready. Get timer ready. Don't worry about anything else. Get the timer ready. Mark, my wife said she'll leave me if you read this comment out loud, so please don't. Salam, too late. And maybe that's why they played good versus Leeds. McTominay and Dan James, their level is championship. I'm concerned about Maguire and McTominay, says Paolo Rimenez. Well, we've kicked off, and Pep put in that Poundland or Brighton up top so Bruno doesn't boss him in midfield. PR masterclass from Pep, says Nathan Joseph. Mark, would you try Fosu Mensah at CDM, says Terrell Davis. I think we'd all love to see him at CDM. Timer's not working because it's not been put on. There you go. Well, Foden's playing off the left. I think Sterling will play up front and De Bruyne will play off him. Mahrez will play off the right, of course. And Pep flew in straight from the summit of Everest. How many clothes can one coach wear, says Sean Finity. Yeah, but all the heat he's got is coming out of his bald head. It's one of the golden rules. My dad's bald. He said you can put as many layers on as you like, but if you don't cover your head up, it just all goes. It's like leaving a window open. It just all goes out your bald head. That's what your hair's for. It's a bit of what's it? It's a conductor. It's like a hat. Your hair. So yeah. Anyway, Man City on the ball at the moment. Let's have a. Oh, I'm so glad this game's kicked off. That's going to go for a goal kick. So yeah, just starting to first minute or so. It's going to take a little bit of time to grab what's actually happening here, trying to grasp what the way that we're playing, and I think that we will have to just wait a few minutes. This show is that it doesn't matter if you come in this team and do well. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has selected Bay alone saved us from 3 goals. The story fight. Rashford is offside, is he? Good shot. And a goal? It's offside, isn't it? Rashford was offside. Yeah. It's one of them late flags for a minute. Rashford gets through, shoots, keeper saves it, but it bounces off. Yeah, he's just off. Just offside. And I don't know whether we've got VAR. I don't know whether we've got VAR in this game. Good shot by Rashford. Well, it wasn't a good shot, actually. It was an okay shot. The keeper's just fucked it up. It's a shame that wasn't a goal because it would have been funny. Nearly was 1-0, though, to be fair. Good transition from back to front. We are 50 subscribers away from 945,000. So please subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner. There is VAR. Yeah, there was VAR last night, wasn't there? But there's not always VAR in the Carabao because there wasn't at Goodison Park. It's like a hat, your hair. Profound statement, says Gerchen Wallinger. Yeah, but very true. If you've got a bald head and you're cold, put a hat on. Better than putting loads of layers on. Here's Wan-Bissaka into Rashford, who's obviously playing off the right-hand side. Big game this, you know. Big game. Forget about centre-back pairings. Forget about forwards. Forget about centre defensive midfielders. This is a massive game because Man City are a good side. We're in a title race. They're in a title race. Where are we compared to Man City? We've got Liverpool in about a week's time. Where are we? They're not playing with a striker, Man City. So you've got Mahrez off the right, although Sterling's there at the moment. Well, Mahrez is in the number 9 position at the moment. Sterling's gone to the right. Foden's on the left. So this could be a real issue for United early on. I'm just going to highlight it. Foden's playing off the left. Mahrez is playing in the number 9 position. And Sterling's on the right. But there's players moving all over the place. And football's a very easy game to play. You know, I've coached. I'm sure some of you have. Most of us have played the game. Football's a very easy game to play. But there are certain coaches that can make football very, very, very hard to play and very intricate. And Pep Guardiola is one of those. And he might be trying to do something here tonight that is going to be very hard to deal with for United. Because if you've got people like Gundogan going up front, and then De Bruyne, and then Mahrez, and then Foden, and then Sterling, and they're all moving around, it's difficult. Shout out to KG. I know he watches. All right. Anyway, here's Sterling on the run off the right. Into wide. They've got a double stack here. Foden. Wan-Bissaka's left him. Fucking hell. He's got to be off. He's got to be off. Gundogan says he's off. He's off. Bloody hell. That's again. Gundogan says he isn't off. But, well, we've had 2 goals. But what? It is. Hopefully it is offside. I think it is. But look. Wan-Bissaka goes with the Gundogan run. Nobody's got Foden. He is off. He is off. But the big issue there is it's only the timing of the run that makes it offside. The build-up play by Man City, we've been pulled apart there because Wan-Bissaka pulled out of position again. And that's a problem. You've got to go with your runners. Got to go with your runners. Can't believe the amount of people who were going in on Luke Shaw last night and they don't talk about Wan-Bissaka's positional sense. He has got the positional sense of a broken sat-nav. It wasn't onside, it was offside. You could see it on the replay very, very clearly. I like your glasses, but a lot of people like my glasses. I don't really like wearing them, but my eyes are just really... I'm really struggling with my eyes at the moment. I've got to get in some spray tomorrow. Not paint spray. I'm not going to spray them green. But here's Pogba. He's got it in a good position here. This is where we need to hurt Man City when they make mistakes. Oh, he's overhit that. Goal kick. Bit of a shame. Bit of a shame. Wind your body, wiggle your belly, I do the boom shakalak, boom shakalak. I'm not lost my mind. I'm just stretching my back out. I just think it's a bit boring sometimes when I stand up and go like that. So sometimes I just like to jump up and do a song. Hello. I'm excited. I love this game. I love football, me. I'll keep mentioning the back four shift toward the ball and the back post is always open, says Sean Finnerty. I don't agree it's Aaron Wan-Bissaka's fault. It's how we position and the wings don't come back. Sean, I agree with you, Sean. You know, I'll listen to you on that one, Sean, because for me, I've watched football for a long time, and I'm sure there's people who are, got all their badges, bullshit, whatever. I don't care. But the reality is, I can't figure out whether it's Wan-Bissaka's positional sense or whether it's tactics. But we're constantly getting caught out on the back post, and it sometimes happens on the left back position as well. It's happened with Tellez. It's happened with Shaw. The reason Wan-Bissaka always gets isolated for it is because he plays at right back every week. Luke Shaw and Tellez, they swap. So on the left-hand side, it's easier to say it's a tactical thing. But because Wan-Bissaka plays most of our games at right back, that's why you think it's Wan-Bissaka. But you might be right. You might be right with that one. I haven't had a drink, Raku. I haven't had a drink for about 3 days because I think at Christmas, a lot of people are like this. Over Christmas, I basically don't stop drinking for about 2 weeks. And it's always hard in January because I'm not doing that stupid dry January shit. That can do one. But I'll have a drink on Friday night, but I don't normally drink in the week. I'll have a drink if I want one, but I've sort of had to break the run, really. So I haven't had a drink in about 3 days now. Not since the weekend, so... I'm drunk on life. I'm drunk on a Manchester... Hit it, Scott! Hit it! Ah, Bruno! What a save by the keeper. That was very much like my FIFA career mode, that was. Bruno in the hole. I thought this was going in. It was a good pass, but I thought McTominay was going to hit it. It comes to McTominay about 30 yards out. He does a brilliant reverse pass. It's such a good pass by McTominay because it's right in where Bruno can hit it. And it's a good connection from Bruno. It just doesn't have about half a metre more height, and that's in. I don't think it's a great save, but it's a good shot from Bruno, and it's a good save. But if he got it a little bit higher, that's a goal. That is a goal. Tactical shift by Pep to move Sterling to Shaw's side after too many games in Aaron Wan-Bissaka's pocket, says the mystery man. Well, here's a corner for United. Let's see what we can do with the height. 3-minute record events. Thank you for joining the members club. Remember, you can do that by clicking the join button. You get a little badge next to your name, and you can download those Emojam gifts. Luke Shaw, that's a good corner, that is. Headed away. And, haha, you just cracked me up. Boom shakalak, says Mark Holder. Thanks for the super chats. You can do that by clicking the $sign. And thank you to Geraint Chapman Full. Thank you very much. And... yeah, let's keep an eye on that back four shift that Sean Finnerty mentioned. There's definitely an issue with the team. We definitely are getting caught out on the back post. But a decent start here. I mean, it's been quite an equal half, hasn't it? 2 goals in, both offside. Bruno against De Bruyne. Take him out. It's all right. Oh, Wan-Bissaka does well there. Very well with his left foot. Luke Shaw. To Bruno. That's got to be a foul on Pogba there. What's up, Mark? Says Daniel Bohr. Hope you and your family are all okay. Hope United get us a win on my birthday. Keep up the awesome work, mate. You're a top bloke. Thank you very much for the super chat, pal. Appreciate that. Nearly 40,000 watching, so please share the video. It's there's a share button underneath. You can share it on Twitter and Facebook. Thanks everyone who's tuning in. Massive game and a very equal start in the first 10 minutes. And it's a much better game than the game a few weeks ago in the league. It's a lot more open. We are pressing them. They're going to press us, which should create space. But first goal will be important in this game because Man City can defend a lot better now. And I think whoever gets the first goal will just sit back a little bit and look to hit teams on the break. Wan-Bissaka there. He's not dealt with that very well. And Gundogan's got it in the box, but Lindelof reads it and takes it out. Not a great pass, but Bruno wins the free kick. And Bruno's asking for a yellow card. You've got to be careful with Martin Atkinson. He's not happy with the foul. I love Bruno. He's there pushing Fernandinho in front of the ref. Don't think he's appreciative of that foul on the back of his Achilles. He's right as well. He's kicked him twice there. Probably should be a yellow card. It's how Villa equalised last match. Overloaded the back post 2-on-1 against Shaw, says Sean Finnerty. Good shout again. And Mark, you need to read Champagne Football, John Delaney, and the Betrayal of Irish Football. Shows just how corrupt football is. Seriously good, says Dave. Nice little ball in. Rashford. Oh, Bruno tried to play the 1-2 there. I'm doing well, Isaac Webster. I hope you're doing well as well. It's a nice ball into De Bruyne. Gets it wide to Sterling. Different sort of game for Luke Shaw today against Sterling. Plays it into... Get tight, for fuck's sake! Bloody hell, Maguire. You can't stand off De Bruyne like that. You've got to get tighter than that, Harry. I'm bloody telling you, that's shocking. He's basically... he's given him the freedom of Old Trafford. He's got like... You've got to get tight. You can't stand off De Bruyne. He's not going to skin you. You've got to get tight. Mark, well, Mark, hope all is good. Did you see Rashford was recently named the most valuable player in the world? Our boy's been recognised at high levels, says Dougie Henderson. Yeah, we were speaking about that before the game. Good shot by De Bruyne, but we've got to get tight. Whether it's Maguire, Fred, I don't know why he's getting all the room there. This false 9 thing's causing a bit of problems. Here's Martial. 1-2. Gets the bloody goal kick as well. You're bloody lucky there, John Stones. Good play by Martial. Let's Talk says you've got a Maguire agenda. Okay, watch this. Look, doesn't get there anywhere near quick enough because he's too far off him in the first place. Why do you have to be 10 yards away from Kevin De Bruyne? He's never going to run in behind you for pace. You've got to mark your men. I don't care whether it's Lindelof, Bailly, Fred, McTominay. Maguire's the closest player to De Bruyne then. He's got to get tight. You can't allow a pass to go into Kevin De Bruyne on the edge of the box and be 5 yards away. You've got to get tight. It's all about positional sense. It's not an agenda. Harry Maguire's played really well the last few games with Bailly, and he's not had a bad start here. I'm just saying you've got to get tight. What happened against Burnley in your career mode today, says Danny? Not talking about it. No comment. No comments to make. I think they do it so the centre-backs don't get caught out for pace. If there's a ball in over the top. I noticed it a few games ago. They are extra security for Maguire and Lindelof because they're slow centre-backs, says Aidan McCrudden. Well, we look a threat on the attack here, but there's a lot of space in this game. I personally think this game would have suited Eric Bailly down to the ground. I don't want to say that because it's not happened, but I think there's so much space in the game. We could have played a much higher line and pressed them higher up. Look how deep this line is now. We should be at least 5 metres further up the pitch. See, Luke Shaw there has been tucked in to help Harry Maguire. Then Pogba has to come to Sterling. That's better from Maguire. He's got to get tighter. He's left Mahrez then. We're all over the place. We're not dealing with this at all. Nobody knows who to pick up. We're a bit of a shambles at the back. Fernandinho, watch out. We need Eric Bailly. We're so deep, says Niall Borman. I've just tweeted it there. We are playing too deep and we don't know who to mark, which is giving space. I mean, it's very clever from Pep. There's so much space because we're playing so deep and they're just moving in and around us. If we played a higher line, then we'd be able to press the space, but we won't play a higher line because we haven't got the quick players. Well done, Zinchenko there. It's very hard. Look, I said this about 10 minutes ago. It's going to be a very interesting game, this, because the way Pep's set up, it is very hard to deal with when you don't know who to mark because everybody's moving around all over the place. Sometimes Mahrez is on the right. Sometimes it's Sterling, Foden's. They're in a static position at the moment, but when they get the ball, they're basically playing with a front five. And United don't know whether to drop, and there's a load of space in front of our back four. Nice play by Pogba into Martial. Oh, nearly. We're a threat when we've got the ball, but... Oh, we've got to be... Oh, Wan-Bissaka there. You're going to get That's a foul. Be careful. You guys will see the manager is not good enough. We have a great team, but not set up to win comfortably. These managers are different levels, says Leo Man United. Welcome to the members club, Elliot Wexler. And Sean Negative Turner says, how is De Bruyne getting a shot off from there? We're playing with 2 CDMs. Matic should be playing, not McTominay. I mean, look, you know what, Sean? You make a very good point. Where was the midfield then? It's all right saying, you know, Harry needs to be closer, and he does, but I don't know where the midfield are. And I think the midfield are getting bypassed as well. Hey, Mark, Happy New Year to you and your family. Agree the players who break COVID rules should be fined or banned for 1 or 2 games. Going for a win. Eric should have started, says Mohammed Idris. Thanks for the super chats. You can do that through the $sign. Please subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner. Man City's tactical setup is causing us huge issues here. As I said, I think the first goal in this game is going to be huge because I feel that Man City are just a little bit more in control at the moment. I mean, it's a good point there. Fred is all over the place. And I do, you know, I like Fred, but there's not enough structure here. We're trying to bite in with tackles and we just can't get near them. And the way to do this, we're too bloody deep, says Daz. You're right. We're playing way too deep. We should be right up on the halfway line. They've not got a ball over the top. So why are we playing deep? Press them up. Don't let them get to the edge of your box easy, because when they're on the edge of the box, they're going to interchange and no one knows who to pick up with. We've got to be on the halfway line. We've got to be further up the pitch. We've got to press that midfield, press the space. If they want to hit a ball in behind, get Henderson on the edge of his box. And DZLFC says, your line's too deep and you're inviting pressure. It's always the same when you play Victor Lindelof and Harry Maguire. We have to play a deep line because they're not quick enough. Are you preferring Rashford off the right? Defenders struggle to work out what he's going to do from this side. Left side, more predictable thoughts. I like Rashford on the right, yeah. Lewis Dunwith. This is what I was afraid of. City's moving is giving us fits, says Sean Finity. This ain't a 4-2-3-1. The players are all over the place. Martial was playing as a CM. They were too deep because of Lindelof. It's embarrassing, says Keenan. And did you see Bruno speaking to Hendo in the centre circle before the minute's silence? True captain giving encouragement to a player making a home debut, says Salah Ahmed. Yep, here is Bruno. Well, look, we've nearly scored ourselves a couple of times. We just need to get further up the pitch. But remember, Man City are a better bad ball there by Bruno. Man City are a better team defensively now than they have been for a long time. And they're going to overrun us on the left-hand side here. Foden. And they're going to do it on the right-hand side now. De Bruyne. Lindelof. Second ball. Good tackle, Fred. Second ball there. Got to win that. Go on, Bruno. That's it. Get to Pogba. Nice switch of the pay. We'll lose this game. Cannot press high or counter press with these centre-backs, says the mystery man. Still 0-0 at the moment. Only 20 minutes gone. They've not taken advantage yet. Martial's offside. Dehome Willis says the centre-backs are going to cost us this game. There is a big difference when Babe plays. Ollie is just a waste. Still 0-0. Still 0-0. Do you think Eric Bailly and Twansebi would work? Says Bradley Currid. Well, I don't think we'll ever see. So no. And Yeshe says, we're playing so deep and lacking intensity. Surely this must be tactics and not the players. Why do this? Well, it is. Of course it is. Of course it's the bloody tactics, you know. Ollie chose to go with Lindelof and Maguire, didn't he? You know. But it's only 20 minutes in. You're not even had a quarter of the game yet. Is there anyone in the comments that don't moan? Says Robert McCormack. Give us something positive, Robert. What do you feel is going well? I think when we get the ball, we look like we can cause them problems. But possession stats, don't even tell me what the possession stats are. It's going to be massive, isn't it, in favour of Man City. Game needs more Matic, says A. Sam Rahan says, I think positionally we've been in a 4-3-3 a lot. Bruno mainly false 9 with Martial and Rashford as inside forwards. Pogba as a left CM and Fred as the DM. Hey Mark, I'm not feeling great about the game. City are showing their class, says Niall Borman. Well, City are doing what City do really, aren't they? They're dominating the ball. Nice ball out wide to De Bruyne. And Lindelof does well. Come on United. Corner to Man City. But they're stacked on the... I mean, Maguire's got 2 players really there. Luke Shaw's been pulled out of position. He's nowhere. The thing is, I almost sympathise with the players because they're getting pulled out of position. You know, you've got to adapt to this very, very quickly because we can't just keep saying let's play a 4-2-3-1 because they're not playing anything like that. Mr. Glenn Johnson says, what's all the negativity? We've pressed them back into their half and forced long kicks multiple times. Both teams feeling each other out, says Mr. Glenn Johnson. Bit of positivity there. And worst thing about this channel is all the negative comments from the members. Come on, guys, says Rocking Toes. Well, I don't think anyone's been really negative. I mean, I'm sure there will be some people negative, but I don't think it's been negative. I think it's just that we can see how deep we're playing, and this Man City side will exploit that deepness because it creates a lot of space. And what many people would like to do is they're all getting run on McTominay, says T-Lass, is, you know, push in this situation. We should have City have got the ball in their back 4 at the moment. Our defence should be on the halfway line. Oh, Wan-Bissaka, no. Oh no. He's offside, is he? Yeah, Foden's offside. I was going to say, Wan-Bissaka there. I wouldn't have thought he would have been caught out. Oh, yeah, it's miles off. Miles off. Don't worry about that. Nothing wrong with that defensively. Wan-Bissaka's played the line really well. Foden was running through. I think it's just the fact that United players... Yeah, it was offside. I don't like that offside rule because they just play it on, don't they? But he wasn't on. I honestly don't see what Ricky's love child does. He half closes down and never makes a challenge. Says usual suspect. Who is his love child? Looking forward to seeing Haaland in that United jersey, says Randall. If you know, you know. Pogba gets it into Fred. Nice ball out wide to Rashford. Go on then, have him on toast, Rashford. Shoot! Oh, good block. I reckon that was going in. Lovely play by Rashford. You see, Rashford off the right. Rashford off the left. I think off the right, you know, they never know where he's going to go. I'll be interested to see this shot. I think it was going in. I don't know. Hard to see from that angle. But corner to United. Good play by Rashford. McTominay is the love child, says Keenan. Okay. All right. Please subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. We're very close to 945,000. I think we're about 20 away last time I checked. So, bottom right-hand corner, subscribe to the channel. We've got player ratings for you to vote on in the second half. We've got the fan forum with Flex and KG. All right, tonight, after the match. Remember, this is a cup semi-final, everybody. This is a chance to play at Wembley against Mourinho in April. And I think we'll have fans in the ground. I think we're going to be, you know, I think it's a big, big thing. Oh, I was building that up for Maguire. He's let it hit his head again. 50p head. He doesn't put any direction on it. He just lets it hit his head. He could have 6 goals a season if he didn't just let the ball hit his head. Like, get your bloody head on it. Use your neck muscles. Oof. He just lets it skim off his head all the time. How many times have we said that? Maguire's brilliant at winning headers in the box, but he just never gets any conviction on his headers. The thing is, he does the hard bit. It's so hard to win the amount of headers he wins when we have a corner. But he just doesn't put any power into it. Scott off, Donny on, Tellez on for Pogba, says Rudy Cox. Tactical. Apparently Fred can't pass, by the way, Mark. Nice ball into Rashford, that was. Yeah, well, Ricky won't clip that bit. He'll be waiting for the bad pass, pumpkin spice latte. So, 26 minutes gone. Hey, it's 0-0. We're not out of this game. I think we've got to be a little bit more careful. Playing so deep, Sasha Gray comes out of retirement, says the Jordat. Don't know what you're on about. And Ollie picks Lindy while playing a deep line and doesn't trust Bay's discipline. May pick Bay when he can play higher up against Watford and Burnley, says Sriganish. Why do they call him 50p head? Because if you try and hit something with the edge of a 50p, because it's got the pentagon on it, it'll bounce off anywhere, won't it? What you want is you want slab head, just a firm slab where it's bang. That's what you want. It's gone for a goal kick. I'd love to know what Ollie's saying. I've got no audio on. For me, he could be saying, I want 5 fries, 2 chicken burgers, 2 milkshakes, and an apple pie. But hopefully he's saying, press hard, push that defensive line up. Push that line up higher. Zinchenko on the left-hand side. Come on then, Pogba. Luke Shaw's just going to pump that out. We ain't winning if we don't score first. City's defence is the strongest since Pep came. Also, what does McTominay do that Van der Beek can't? Says Sharath Kamath Fitness. And welcome to the Members Club, Stanzy Dennis. Thanks for joining. Get your little badge next to your name. Thanks for joining. Make sure if you are a member, you get your perks, like your emojams that you can download and use on your WhatsApps and things like that, as well as your badge, obviously, that will be there next to your name. And that's a foul by Fred. The grass looks nice and green. Come on, guys. Positivity, says Nate the Greats. Hey, it's 0-0, Nate. You know, I think we can see the problems in the system, but it's not like we've let 3 or 4 goals in. It's 0-0. And I pretty much remember last year against Man City, we were not 3-0 down at half-time, and we won the second half 1-0. But no, they battered us in the first half. So I think that they've not created many chances, Man City. I know they've hit the post and they've had a couple of goals offside, but they haven't created loads of chances. It's a clever system, the way they've played, and we've struggled with it. But on the other hand, as clever as the system is, it's not a system that's going to create loads of chances, is it? What a tackle by Luke Shaw. What a tackle by Luke Shaw that was. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Welcome to the Members Club, Ethan Gaming. Lovely ball out wide to Marcus Rashford. He's got some space. Is he going to look for the pass? Martial, oh, he should have hit it. He went for the flick and I think he should have hit it. And Rashford was offside anyway. Bloody hell. Martial should have hit that. It was offside on Rashford anyway, it doesn't matter. Hi Mark, I would love to see Pogba get a winner if we get to the final. This is 9-1, we've got to get to the bloody final yet. Yeah, but I was saying that the Man City system is very clever and it takes a lot of work. You know, if you're Sam Allardyce or you're Tony Pulis, right, basically what you say to your team is hit a load of long balls and make sure you try and win the second balls. Get physical and be organised at the back. That's your tactics. Go and enjoy your golf. Pep, to work on a system like this tonight takes lots of planning because it's like, I want you to go up front, and when he goes up front, you've got to drop here. I want you to swap your wing play. I want you to be left on your own when we've got the ball. I want you to commit and gamble, but you can't afford to lose the ball, so you've got to, you know, passing these angles. You know, it's meticulous, and it is a very good way of playing. And for Man United, it's a bit of a bloody nightmare because Luke Shaw's got Mahrez now, but he's also got Sterling next to him. Is Rashford onside? No. He's offside again. So it's a lot of planning from Pep, and it's very hard to defend. But ultimately, it's 0-0. So For all the planning and all the hard work, what does it matter? Well done, Foden. He's done well there. Now it's Mahrez coming central. See, Mahrez has come central now. Sterling's on the right-hand side. It's all this interchangeability from Man City. Cross comes in. Lindelof heads it away. 32 minutes. I thought it was 42 minutes. But I was going to say something else then from a tactical viewpoint. From a tactical viewpoint, I've got to be honest. I did say it before the game kicked off. Apart from playing higher up, which is what we should be doing with Maguire. I mean, look how deep they are here when we're on the ball. Fucking move up. Like, move up. Apart from playing a little bit higher up, the centre-backs aren't a massive issue because they've not really got anybody to mark in the traditional sense. Jack says, why does this feel like the slowest game ever? Rashford would have been on there for that other ball. That was he normally takes them down as well. I think if he took that down, he would have been in one-on-one. Need to get Rashford on the ball more, says Olska. Yeah, I agree with that. What could United do better? Get on the ball more. Condense the space between the defence and the midfield. McTominay and Fred are getting bypassed because the gap between our defence and our attack is absolutely huge. I wonder if I can do it while we're live. What's moving around there? Man United news. Lock that in. Okay, I can do it now. Luke Shaw's on the attack here. Let's just see where this goes. Yeah. McTominay. Get Matic off. Get Bay off. What number is Victor Lindelof? He's number... I can't find Victor Lindelof. Harry Maguire. Where's Victor Lindelof? He's number 2, isn't he? Tellez isn't playing as well. There's too many players not playing here. Let me get this. Pogba's playing off there. Bruno's playing there. Cavani's not playing. Nice ball into Martial. Go on. Nah, blocked. McTominay. Fred. Is that everybody? 4-2-3-3. Yeah. So the way we're playing at the moment is we're playing so deep that the ball's just going backwards and forwards past Fred and McTominay in the midfield position. And they're just getting bypassed all the time because that's the gap between our players because obviously they're... Oh, here we go. Oh, my God. Good tackle. Well done, Luke Shaw. He saved us there. Let me get back. Could have been in trouble there. Our attacks are solid, need to be more clinical, says Jack McCarcel. And can somebody explain to me why they don't call obvious offsides at once? What's the point of letting the game play on, says Nemo de Fish? Because with VAR, offside linesmen get it wrong sometimes. So if they checked it on VAR and it was onside, then that chance has gone. Here's McTominay driving forward. So you've got to let it play on, but it is frustrating. Say it every game and mentioned on here several times. Can someone please teach Rashford the offside rule? It's getting beyond a joke, says Lee Taylor. This is going to penalties, says George. Remember, we've got to have a result tonight as well. That's a good point. It's not a league game. It's not a second leg. There's not a replay. There will be a result tonight. Here's Luke Shaw. I will show it you again in a minute. Pogba, tackled. But look at the space. This is what I'm talking about. There's such a big gap in the midfield, and it absolutely plays into Man City's hands. There's no structure because the gap between our back four and our attack is like a bloody swimming pool, an Olympic swimming pool. It's huge, which means Fred and McTominay are just running from one end to the other and they're getting bypassed. We need to compact that space because we're doing all right on the attack. It's like John Park says, we're doing all right on the attack, but there's so much space, and I'm going to go back to there and show you. There's so much space. So when the ball is it's just going like that and that and that, and look, that's McTominay and that's Fred. They're just getting bypassed. And when City have got the ball, there's loads of gaps for them to just play it around them. What we need to do is push it up. Push it up. Push it up. Push it up. There's no ball in behind the back that we need to worry about for City. So if we played a higher line, well, not worried because you've got no one playing up front. And then McTominay and Fred can get hold of the game more because they're closer to Bruno and the space is less. But because we're playing Lindelof and Maguire, we're playing deeper. They're tucking in to help them out. And there's just acres and acres of space. And we haven't seen that in the last few games because we've had Eric Bailly and we've played a high line. But it's not tactics. Everyone's spoken about this. I mean, we feared it before the game, but we spoke about it during the game. I think Foden's causing Wan-Bissaka problems as well, you know. I don't think Wan-Bissaka's having his best game. He's doing all right at the moment, but I think Foden's getting more out of Wan-Bissaka than Sterling does. Pogba's not creating much, just passing back and sideways, says Darshan. I mean, it's interesting because I think when we've played Man City before, we've definitely played deep and hit them on the break. And I think our best chances have come from hitting them on the break. But we're not necessarily... Well, we're not playing a back five. I just think... well done, Harry. Get rid of it. Check out Fiorentina's centre-back. Orisi's got a wonder of a left foot, says Jack Muskull. Thanks for the super chat. We will win today, but I don't think Bailly should be dropped. Lindelof and Maguire take away a high line and fullbacks tuck in. Keep up the hard work, says Nate the Greats. Thank you very much. Please subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner. We are still 7 minutes away from half-time. 7 minutes away from half-time. It's not even a song, but I'm stretching my back. Hey, watch Cobra Kai. It's really good. This floor's a bit slippy. Pogba. Not having a great game at the moment, Pogba, to be honest with you. It's slipping him by. Nice ball. That's going to go for a throw-in. Pogba's offering nothing tonight. Get him off. I wouldn't go that far. He's just not having a great game. I don't think the midfield's offering much. The space is massive. You can get lost in space. There was even a TV series about it. Sip of water time. We've not really got Bruno on the ball a lot either, have we? I think, you know, you can measure Pogba and Bruno's game very similarly. Lovely ball that by Pogba, though. Go on, Rashi. Pogba, people need to admire Shaw more, says Jonas Warren. Hey, I said it this morning. Social media last night, people were going in on Luke Shaw, who supposedly know what football's all about. They ain't got a frigging clue. He's definitely our best defender this season. I mean, Wan-Bissaka's a very good right back, but he's not been on it this season. He's had good games and he's had really bad games. We know that Maguire and Lindelof have had difficult times, but I think Luke Shaw's been fantastic for large proportions of this season. Favourite ginger beer brand, says Maxwell Ezrin. Krabby's alcoholic. Not calling you an alcoholic, I'm just saying the Krabby's one has got alcohol in it. Imagine if I was. Krabby's, you alcoholic. Luke Shaw's out of position here. Well done, Wan-Bissaka. See, again, they're pulling play. Kevin De Bruyne on the right wing. It's very difficult to be picking up those players when he's not been playing off the right wing. And that's the danger of Man City in this system. They're moving around all over the place. It's hard to be critical because of how good City are at keeping the ball. Worries about Aaron Wan-Bissaka against Foden at the moment. Need to take chances, says Free Smoke TV. If we make it to half-time scoreless, I like our chances if Ollie can make the right adjustments, says Sean Finity. And I think that is the positive for me. If we are 0-0 at half-time, because the City way of playing has been a fucking nightmare to deal with. And that's been shown there. You know, pretty much on the left-hand side, they've put Wan-Bissaka there. They've put Foden there. But on the right-hand side, we've just seen De Bruyne finding space. The COVID situation is getting very bad. I think we will go into lockdown soon. Your show will get me through it, though, says Randouli. We are in lockdown. I don't know where you live, Randouli, but let us know. Intensity so bad, can't hold the ball. It's a joke, says Nate McGivney. And all my football channels are showing Serie A, says Shannon. Well, it's a big day in Italy, isn't it? January the 6th is a celebrated day there. So I couldn't understand this afternoon when I saw somebody tweeting about Inter playing. And then I was like, it's not their Christmas day, is it? But January 6th is a big day in Italy. Nice ball by Martial. Good switch of the play. Go on, Aaron. Gets it wide to Rashi. And ball! Come on then! Come on then! Oh, bloody hell! Look at the recovery pace of Shaw. That's a bloody handball, that is. Referee! Get your VAR out. That is a bloody handball. Hard to focus on the game when here in the US we're on the brink of a civil war. Really, Hector? What's going on? Well, VAR's not going to look at it. I'd like to see that back again because his hand was in a totally an unnatural position. What's McTominay trying to do there? Mate, Zidane himself couldn't have played that pass. Thoughts on Fletcher joining the coaching staff to Stuart Bigmore? I don't know, just have to see how it works out. It clearly wasn't a handball. Love you, Mark, but you're saying it's very difficult to mark the players because they interchange and you want us to play a high line. Says Justice O. Yeah, because as I explained on the tactics board, if you play a high line, you deprive them of space. What's the text on your desk and what's the Discord, says Mark. Discord's not working. Text on desk is a code that if you turn it upside down and read it, you can win a PS5. You can't really, it's a joke. I don't know what it says in front of me. Mark, Trump supporters have stormed the Capitol building. Not a good situation, says Bryce Jones. Okay, I'll watch Newsnight tonight. Bloody hell. Don't make 2021 worse than 2020. That's the big thing this year. I mean, remember last year we had all the bushfires in Australia. Then we had Kobe. Actually, we started off the year potentially with World War III with Iran and America. Then COVID hit. I mean, then Liverpool won the league. It was horrible last year. They look like a better drilled team than us, says Nate. Yeah, I mean, it's a difficult one to say why we're not losing. Because if you were watching this game, Man City's way of playing is inferior. You know, it's way better than ours. But it's 0-0. They're not, for all their possession, I'd be scared. I think very intelligent way of playing from Pep. But he's shaking his head because he knows they've basically controlled the game, but they've not created the chances. And he'll be pissed off because he's put a lot of work into this. And in many ways, they've dominated United in a game way, but in a goal way, it's 0-0. Martial, lovely ball. Oh, Bruno, unlucky. You could see what he's trying to do. Well played, Martial. He's tried to hit that first time, Bruno, and if it comes... Oh, here we go. Pogba, lay it off nicely into Bruno. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Bruno's got a bit of space. Oh, come on, Bruno. That's shit, mate. That's a shit pass by Bruno, that is. De Bruyne. Moret's up against Maguire. Does a good job there, Harry. Well done. Oh, another bad pass by Luke Shaw. Our passing's not been good again tonight, is it? Bruno, Pogba not at the races. Moret shoots from distance. Just about half time. Pep's walking in. He's put a hat on now. I think the referee's going to blow up. And it is half time. Let me just stop the clock. So, half-time, Manchester United 0, Manchester City 0. Ollie not looking too despondent, but and I suppose in many ways you probably wouldn't do, because if you know anything about football, and I know you all do, and I know Ollie does, you'd look at that half and say, you know, yes, they're the better team, but have they had 3 or 4 chances where they've hit the post? No. They hit the post from a good shot from De Bruyne where we should have got a little bit tighter, but apart from that, they're not creating chances. And, you know, fair play to Pep Guardiola. It's causing us problems. We're not being able to pick up their players, but they haven't got a number 9. So they're not stretching our centre-backs. Our centre-backs are free a lot of the time. And yeah, they're getting in down the flanks a few times, but I think Luke Shaw's got Sterling sorted. You know, Foden against Wan-Bissaka is an interesting one, but I think the lack of a number 9 is actually playing into our hands a little bit. And I do feel if we can keep that second half the same, we might get something on the break. And, you know, it could be very similar to a couple of times last season where we beat Man City. And look, I'll put my hands up and say, from a footballing sense, I mean, hey, Hi You says Luke Shaw's having a mare. He's out of position too much. I think that's called a troll or an agenda, because Luke Shaw's probably been one of our better players. He has been pulled out of position a lot, but that's because De Bruyne is going to the right, Mahrez is going to the right, Sterling's going to the right. So you need to understand football that Luke Shaw's done very, very good when he's been up against one player, but when he's being pulled away by marking one player and another player comes in, it's very, very difficult. And, you know, is that on Fred? Is that on Pogba? Is that on Maguire? Or is it just on a good game plan by Pep? And I think that McTominay and Fred, very, very quiet halves. Has there been any good tackles from McTominay or Fred? I can't think of any times, because they've just not let us get near them. The interchanging between Man City has been hard for United to deal with, but ultimately the lack of a number 9 has meant that for all that interchanging, yes, they've dominated the ball, yes, they've bypassed us, but no, they've not created any chances. I think in the second half, Bruno Fernandes is overrated, title winning team, really awful, says Aidan Papworth. Mate, keep the super chats coming in if you're a troll. I think Shaw's done well against Sterling in that half, but he leaves so much space for players to run in behind. Did it against Villa as well, says Prem Prodigy. And Bruno poor, Pogba not getting on the ball enough, lack of urgency from the whole team, need to pick up the pace a bit. And I think that's a good point from Keichino. I think you've got to look at us. Man City, for me, haven't done enough to be in front. They haven't done enough. They've played very clever. They've created a lot of space. They've pulled players out of position. They've got into positions down the flanks where they've been 2v1. If you remember, Wan-Bissaka got pulled out and then they put that cross in and Gundogan was offside. But a lot of that is because we're being moved around a lot. And a lot of it is because we've got 2 players who are spare a lot. And that is, it's not Luke Shaw. Maguire and Lindelof are spare. They're like spare men. It's not their fault. They're centre-backs, but no Man City player is going near them. It's all happening here, and in front of them. And obviously, we spoke about it in the half. Fred and McTominay, there's a massive gap between the defence and the attack because we're trying to hit them on the break. So Rashford and Martial are playing high up. Pogba wants to play up. Bruno wants to play up. But the gap between Bruno and Martial in the back four is huge. It's absolutely huge. So this is why we're not seeing Fred and McTominay making tackles, because they can't get close enough to Man City players to make tackles because there's too much space around here. And Maguire and Lindelof are not marking anybody. So we're getting overrun here, we're getting overrun here, we're getting overrun in the midfield, but we're not getting overrun in the box because they've got no number 9. So they're not creating loads of chances, but they're having loads of ball around here. And midfield can't get hold of the game. Fullbacks are getting double teamed a bit. The solution for United is there. It's just to step up 10 yards. Step up. Step up. Step up. Close the gap between our defence and our attack. Man City have got less space to move in. They won't hit a ball in behind because they've got nobody quick enough. And we will be able to get hold of the midfield more with Fred and McTominay. But at the moment, this line is too deep. And it's making it look it's making Man City look really clever and really good because they can interchange. Oh, we're not. Look at us. We're not playing with a number 9. Oh, it's Gundogan. Oh, it's De Bruyne. Oh, it might be John Stones now. Oh, are you ever going to have a shot in the box though? No, because you've got no number 9. So Man City looks really good, and Pep's put a lot of effort into this, and it is very good. There's nothing going on around here. We're just letting them win the midfield battle because there's too much space. But there's nothing going on in the box. If we want to win this game, and we can win this game because it's 0-0, just step the line up. Step the line up. I mean, Bay would be perfect, but step the line up and then you squash them. And that's what we need to do. They're not going to hit a ball in here. They haven't got a number 9. They're not going to hit a ball in there. De Bruyne is not faster than Maguire or Lindelof. They're not going to hurt us. We just need to have the confidence to play higher up the pitch. Or we can keep playing like we did in the first half and hope that we keep a clean sheet and still nick a goal, which we still might do. But I think we could go and change this game. Let's have a look at some of your super chats. No creativity in the wide positions. I've been banging on about this, but Wan-Bissaka is not a complete fullback. We don't create enough for me, says Greg Basham. Well, the reason, Greg, and the reason some people are talking about Luke Shaw getting caught out of position is because Luke Shaw bombs forward. Wan-Bissaka's not past the halfway line this half. He's shit scared of Foden, and he's maybe been told to be shit scared of Foden, but it's all Rashford down the right-hand side. Wan-Bissaka, even in that picture there, where's Wan-Bissaka? He's only just coming into the screen now. Luke Shaw is bombing past Paul Pogba. No creativity in the wide position, says Greg. I've been back. Yeah, I've done that one. I just need to take care of the ball more, says Bradley Clote. We were in good positions. The final ball is lacking. Kenny Rivers says Paul Pogba's not working. He's a bit too slow. Get a Van der Beek or he'll even have DJ on. And that's Kenny Rivers. McTominay is somewhat to run past. I can't see Gundogan running past him. Getting the ball from Foden and score. Get Van der Beek on, says Dipan. And playing with Maguire and Lindelof is like playing with 10 men. They just keep backing off. Need Bay or Van der Beek on for Lindelof or McTominay, says Joe and Daniel. Please subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner. We're nearly at 945,000. We were only a few away in the first half. I'll check it in a minute. But please subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner. We've got the fan forum after with KG and Flex. And obviously I'll be doing my match reaction with your player ratings that you can vote for in the second half. But just going back to this screen here, people talking about Luke Shaw getting caught out of position. Well, the reason for that is when the ball's in this situation, Luke Shaw is doing this like he always does, and sometimes it's breaking down, and then Luke Shaw's not in the picture. But this is a tactical thing. This is not Luke Shaw thinking I'm going for a run. It's because It's because Paul Pogba's playing on the left hand side, and Paul Pogba's not Marcus Rashford. So Paul Pogba's not going to stretch them. He hasn't got the pace. So they're using the pace of Luke Shaw to push the fullbacks back from Manchester City. But when the ball breaks down, Luke Shaw will be out of position. It's a tactical thing. And the reason Wan-Bissaka's not getting caught out of position like that is because Wan-Bissaka has got Marcus Rashford for the pace. But Wan-Bissaka's not going forward. So that's why Luke Shaw is getting pulled out of position. Sometimes he's getting double teamed, but sometimes he's being told to push forward, which he's got the pace to do that Pogba hasn't got, but then he's out of position. So it's all... There's an explanation for everything around what Man United are doing in this game, but it's 0-0. So we can moan about the fact that City's football is they're tactically better set up than us, but ultimately it's 0-0. And I don't think anybody's had a really bad half, to be honest. I think they've been victims of the space, the gap between the centre backs and Martial is huge. And as I said, McTominay and Fred are just there's too much space. You cannot... I've played centre midfield before, and I've played centre midfield when your defence is close to your attack and there's no space, and you can, you're crunching tackles because there's no space. And I've also played where there's a massive gap and you can't get close to, Fred can't get close to De Bruyne. He can't get close to Gundogan. McTominay can't get close to Gundogan because there's too much space. We need to compact that space. We spoke about it in the preview, but we've chosen not to do that. Van der Beek can't be worse than McTominay. Geez, I'm sick of the guy. Also noticeable is that Pogba and Bruno haven't switched once. They're too static, says Yeshe. Welcome to the Members Club, Jay Plays. And maybe Ollie using McSauce like Fergie used Darren Fletcher, man-marking people and sacrifice his own game, says Osama. Who's McTominay man-marking then? Because if he's man-marking somebody, it must be the invisible man. We ain't man-marking anyone. We can't get near anybody because there's too much space. Flex will be on the show afterwards. We had a problem with the Discord. We couldn't get it to work. So he'll be on with the fan forum with KG after the game, and we'll get it sorted for the weekend. It's the first time it's ever happened. It's very annoying, actually. I would bring Donny on and move Rashi to left wing and Donny right wing, says Shane V. And would I make any substitutions at the moment? No. Well, there's only one I would be looking to make, and I think you've got to make it to push the team up, which is Eric Bailly on for Victor Lindelof, but he won't do that. But I would push my centre. I think you can even push Maguire and Lindelof further forward because there's nobody in behind. So I think we've got to get our midfield in the game. And to get our midfield in the game, we've got to push the defensive line up. There's too much space, and we're getting lost in space. So I'm expecting Matt LeBlanc to turn up. Wasn't he in that film, Lost in Space? So we need to close that gap in the midfield. There's nobody playing glaringly bad enough to get substituted. I think the funny thing about Pogba and Bruno is they pretty much have the same game these days. If one plays well, the other plays well. If one plays not so good, the other's not so good. But I wouldn't be taking Pogba or Bruno off because I think we're trying to score a goal and they're the sort of players that can create something. Rashford looks good when we get the ball to him. Martial's link-up play's been good, but yet again, tell me how many chances we've created for Martial again. And it's the same with Cavani. These are good players, but when are we going to... We're not creating the chances. Rashford gets a lot of chances, but it's all from runs in behind from the angled ball or running at Zinchenko. For Martial, he's being occupied by two centre-backs. We're not creating anything around in and around the box for a typical number 9. I mean, you imagine sticking Cavani into this game. He may as well go and sit down and play Sudoku because there's nothing going on for a traditional number 9 in that game. But we could change that by pushing the lineup. Push the lineup. But I don't think Ollie will do it. And I don't know why he won't do it because I'm trying to think, obviously he's a coach. There's a lot, he should know more than his lot. But I'm trying to think why he won't do it. And maybe sometimes he just doesn't want to change it. 4-3-3, Donny on, off for Pogba, Bruno false 9, says Lewis Barnes. Welcome to the Members Club, Jay Plays. And Fisticuff says, Mark, go have your toilet break if you need it. I'm actually all right. Love Bruno, but those outside the boot passes ain't working today, fella. Switch it up, says Caleb. And love the streams, Mark. You're a living legend. Keep up the work, lad. And could you please call Harvey Skinner a prat, says Alfie Murphy 140. Harvey Skinner, you're a prat. And that's from Alfie. And how has No said James needs to come on? So much space on the counter. They're like an apron. They're open at the back, says Yenny. Interesting. I wouldn't use Dan James, to be honest, but it's interesting what you think. Mark, I don't think that Bruno had a bad half, except one wayward pass to Rashford. He didn't get much to do in this game, and believe me, it looks like both teams are missing a number 9. And Sean Finity, danger, Will Robinson, if you know, you know, says Sean Finity. And you say to push the centre-backs up, Sterling will get in behind again like in the first half. If we scared it to De Bruyne scores, can see us winning this, says Jordan Schooler. No, but mate, Sterling's playing off the wing. We've got Wan-Bissaka and Luke Shaw. Sterling's not playing down the middle. So, I would... And I'm not necessarily playing... Look, if we want to play a higher line, the most obvious thing to do is to take a centre-back off and bring Eric Bailly on. But I still think we could do it with Maguire and Lindelof. We could Maguire and Lindelof. But ultimately, you're right. If you want to play a higher line and not have any concerns, then you've got to play Eric Bailly, and we didn't do that. I do think if we played Eric Bailly today, we'd see a different game because we would play a higher line. But it's 0-0 and it might work anyway. Can you call Penny a prat, says Cian? Penny, you're a prat. Please subscribe. Bottom right hand corner. I'm just going to check out how we're doing. We are 300 subscribers away from 946,000. So please subscribe. Bottom right hand corner. Get involved with the channel. It's free to subscribe on YouTube. And we're live every night at 8 o'clock, every morning at 10 a.m. We're live for every match. Loads to get involved in. Live comments, interaction. Get involved with the United Stand. And we're nearly at 10,000 likes on the video as well, which is fantastic. So bottom right hand corner to subscribe. Smash a like while you're down there. Just having a quick look to see if there's any changes, because sometimes I get a little bit of a note. But I think it's going to be... I don't think he'll make any changes in the second half. And look, remember, we've got to have a result tonight. We've got to have a result, whether it's penalties, whether it's extra time. We've got to get a result in the second half. So let's see what happens. It could be going to extra time. Do I think it will go to extra time? Goldbridge pondered for a moment and thought, no, I don't think we will see extra time in this game. I think we will see a winner in this game. And I said it in the first 10 minutes. The first goal in this game will be key, because if Man City get it, they'll sit back and they can defend well. And I tell you what, if Man City get it with a false 9, we're in shit. Because if they score, our best chances of scoring seems to be on the break. Well, they're not going to allow us to hit them on the break, and they haven't got a number 9, so they'll just instantly have De Bruyne, Gundogan, and a midfield 5 effectively. So if they get the first goal, we could be in trouble breaking them down. Great content, much support from California. Do you have any favourite players this season, says Adrian Kang? Just the one and only Bruno. 2-0 to United in the second half. Sure, haters make me laugh, says Mark Winter. Varane's contract ends in 2022. Do you think United should try and get in contact with him in Madrid for a potential swap deal? Says Ninja Smurf United. I'd love Varane at United. Get McTominay off, says Lee Taylor. Bloke marking himself. Him off. Donny on. Paul dropped to his position that he plays for France. Rashford to the left. Donny on the right, says Lee Taylor. I would like to see Donny playing off the right, actually. I wouldn't mind seeing that. Thanks for all the super chats. You can do that through the $sign. Appreciate that. Remember, my match reaction will be after the game. And remember, in the second half, we'll open it up on the website. You can do your player ratings, mark every player out of 10, 6 being average. And then on my match reaction, when I give my player ratings, it will show yours as well. So somebody actually said that to me the other day, something about the player ratings. I can't remember what it was. I've completely forgotten. Welcome to the Members Club, Kyle, Lomas, Bud. Thank you very much for that. We're just about to start the kicking off the second half. Remember, this is for a place in the final in April. There'll probably be fans in the ground, I believe, in April. Manchester United, this is our 4th semi-final under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. We can't bottle another one. We've got to find a way to win this game. Have we shown enough in the first half to win it? I think we've tried to win it. I don't think we're parking the bus. I just think there is a better way of getting into this game. We need KG for watch-alongs, Mark. You do the league and let KG do the cups with Flex. All right. Reckless opinions only, says Matt Morton. And can you say outright flame you're a prat, says Zigzag. Brian Curtis says, spot on. We've looked very pedestrian. We're letting City saunter right through the midfield. We've got a chance to whip a cross in here early on. It's not a corner cross. It's sort of level with the penalty box for Luke Shaw to swing it in. And I think Luke Shaw's delivery's been pretty good recently. I don't know whether I'd let Luke Shaw hit this. Maybe curl it in towards with Bruno. Thanks for the super chat, Juno. Luke Shaw's going to hit this. That's nice. Pogba. Oh, good defending there. Was that Diaz? Very good defending there. Hooked it out. Go on, take your time, Lindelof. Nice, the ball back to Hendo. So, yeah, I believe it goes to extra time and then it goes to penalties. Correct me if I'm wrong, but there's no second leg, that's for sure. Man City with Foden on the left-hand side. And Henderson will get that. Mark, please do a pee. My kidneys are hurting for you. I don't need one, Nigel Brennan. I don't, actually. I thought I did, but I don't. Bruno with the little flick into Pogba. That's a foul on Pogba. We'll take that. He's hurt himself there, Pogba. He's going to get booked, Fernandinho. Well done, ref. Well done, ref. He should have got one in the first half for one on Bruno. That's well timed on Fernandinho. It's a nasty tackle that by Fernandinho, actually. Definitely a yellow card. Wouldn't quite say, wow. It's a bit of a scissor tackle, to be honest. I wouldn't say it's a red. It goes straight to penalties, apparently. But then Tony Garner said, I read this morning that there is extra time, but I would rather go straight to penalties. As far as I know, it goes straight to penalties, says Joseph Tyrrell. Well, we're going to get back and forth in the live comments. We'll never get an answer. I'll have a look for one in a minute, but it might not be relevant. And Harry Maguire wins the foul. Well done. Good tackle, Harry. Yeah, it's extra time then, penalties, I'm pretty sure. Because there's no second leg. Yeah, we used to get two legs of the Carabao Cup semi-final. I never understood why there was 2 legs in a Carabao Cup semi-final. And it's been like it for years. I remember, like, even in the early 90s and stuff, there's always been 2 legs for the League Cup, which is what this is called, really. McTominay's lost it there. Well done, Maguire. But Fernandinho picks it up. Pogba should have been on to Fernandinho then. That was an opportunity for Pogba to go into Fernandinho then. He's just done a scissor tackle on him. Go in on him. So it's just the same start to the second half here. And look, as I said, it's very clever play from Man City, but they're not making anything happen in the box. And I'm pretty sure Pep Guardiola will be saying that. Look at Sterling there. McTominay fouls him. Bloody hell. Not been a good game for Fred or McTominay, is it? There's so much going on around them that they've just not been able to get hold of the game at all. Too much space. I don't think Scott McTominay's passive, Kenta. I think he's too aggressive at times. I don't think he's passive. I just think he's too big for a game like this. I don't, you're asking him to be static. It's like that goal that we conceded against... they're queuing up here. But what the fuck? Like, what is going on there? I mean, that is just shite defending. Who's marking him here? John Stones. Like, who's more? I mean, Maguire's like, there's got to be an offside. There's got to be something here because this is a joke. It's an absolute joke. Well, he's not offside. Oh, you know what? I can't. Why is Harry Maguire not kicked that? Why is Lindelof or Maguire not attacked that? I mean, bloody hell. Why have they not attacked that? It's just gone right across our two centre-backs. Why have they not kicked that? Fucking hell. I mean, please tell me why our centre-backs have just ignored that cross. Bloody joke. Well, we're going to get a bit of VAR. Absolute shit. And it's a goal for Man City. It's just, it's such a shitty goal to concede. I mean, it literally goes across Lindelof and Maguire and they leave it. And I don't know why they've left it. I don't understand why they've left it. I'm absolutely stunned by that. You cannot do that. It's in the danger zone. It's got bloody Tom Cruise in there. He's in the danger zone. I went to the danger zone. He's flying through there in his bloody MiG. Kick it away. If it goes in, it goes in. But you can't do that. Literally, for anyone who's not watching, this cross comes in from the far side, curled across the 6-yard box. And Lindelof and Maguire both, I've not want anything to do with that. It's got COVID. Bloody kick it. You can't, Phil Stones, he bloody, he just puts his foot on it and it's a tap-in. You can't do that. You can't leave that. It's poor, it's bloody poor. And I hate to say I told you so, but it's that centre-back pairing again. Eric Bailly gets us 3 points against Villa and gets dropped for the Victor Lindelof and Harry Maguire show again. And we're literally 1 down. We're 1-0 down because of them bloody prats at the back again. I'm shocked by that defending. Pumpkin Spice Latte says Maguire's so bad that confirms it. How does a footballer get paid so much not to kick the ball? I just don't understand. Look, I'm not even ranting. I'm not even particularly angry. I'm just stunned why you wouldn't kick the ball. And there's 2 of them there. Such a shitty goal to concede against Man City as well. It's the sort of goal you think Sheffield United are going to score. You're absolutely right. Luke Shaw was marking John Stones. You're absolutely right. I'm fully aware of that, and I'm not going to hide about that. But the reality is, it's not Luke Shaw's fault, Roberts. Because when you see that back, I've only just realised you're right. John Stones is Luke Shaw's man. But Lindelof and, that's not how it works, I'm afraid. I've played football. I'm sure many of you've played football. I ain't getting the blame because my man scores on the back post because 2 players don't bother to kick it. Luke Shaw probably thinks they're going to kick it. And all right, he should follow it in as well. But I'm sorry. all right, you can put a bit of blame on Luke Shaw, but I think you absolutely know what that's all about. That's two centre-backs not taking responsibility from a ball into their area. You know, I think about Vidic. It was an insult if someone put a ball into his box, and we're letting... You can't do that. You cannot do that. And it's been happening for too long with our centre-backs. They don't take responsibility on crosses. You cannot let a ball make it to the back post past you as a player. You've got to deal with that ball. And yes, you're right. Luke Shaw should have been marking John Stones better, but that ball should never get there. If it's a brilliant cross, if it's a Beckham-like cross or a De Bruyne brilliant cross, and Luke Shaw's let him go, it's all on Luke Shaw. But a cross like that wasn't even that good, that Lindelof doesn't touch and Maguire doesn't touch, I'm sorry, it's on the centre-backs. I'm so tired of seeing our team give up set-piece goals. Maguire literally watches it go by him. So tired of our centre-backs not clearing balls in the zone, says Ivan. It was never even a free kick. Sterling was just leaning into McTominay. Well, it was a soft free kick by McTominay, Ivan Drago, but, you know, I wouldn't go that far. McTominay as well, he's horrible, says Carlo7. McTominay will never stop giving free kicks in dangerous areas. That's exactly what he was doing against Wolves. Harry should be clearing those crosses, says Mr. Bra. I mean, it's a good point. You know, the free kick was soft as well. We've got no way of or style of playing. We counter an individual brilliance. If you like that, you're Ollie in. We will always be disappointed with Ollie, says Leo Man United. 100% Mark Bailly gets rid of that. Well, Eric Bailly, Mark Jones is right. Eric Bailly would get rid of that ball because he's that sort of a player. You know, he might injure himself doing it. You know, he might give himself a hernia or twist a testicle, but he'll bloody do it. And that's exactly what Vidic was like. If the ball goes into that box, your job is to stop it, not to let it go above you, across you. It's disgusting defending. It's not, you know, they could both have a really good game now, but they've let themselves down there. Agenda to try and blame Luke Shaw for that. A centre-back in pub football knows to attack the ball, says Mark Jones. Oh yeah, the agenda crew will blame Luke Shaw, but the reality is I think anybody with a brain knows what happened. Welcome to the Members Club Zigzag. Right, we've got a 4v3 here. It's Luke Shaw. Oh my God. Foden. Sterling with the header and it goes for a corner. All over is there. When will he look to the bench, says Lee Preston, and no, not watching, no idea if fans are there. Can you hear the players argue with themselves or are their heads just down, says Kevin. This is a 4v3. It's a bloody mess. You know, to be fair to Maguire and Shaw, there's not a lot they can do there. You know, Luke Shaw's got stuck between marking De Bruyne and Sterling there. I don't know where the midfield is. I don't know where Fred and McTominay are there. We're lucky not to be 2-0 down. But the problem was, if you concede first against this Man City side, they're not playing with a number 9. So they should defend pretty well now. I tell you what, Luke Shaw's getting double teamed here. It's ridiculous. Oh my God. Foden on the back post. Need to bloody wake up. Exactly, Alicia. We need to wake up here. Who's marking Foden there? He's onside. He's not offside, Bruno. He's bloody onside. There's no responsibility when balls go into that box. Here's Wan-Bissaka. Terrible cross. Go on, Pogba. Into Shaw. Oh. Van der Beek in Man City style or a proper style and manager would love it, says Leo Man United. McTominay's having a shocker, says Josh D. And 2v1 at the back post. What a surprise, says Sean Finity. Well, I think at the moment, and many of you said it when the team news came out, I try to be a lot calmer than I used to be about the team news because I think you just never know how a game's going to go. But many of you said it and we spoke about it. When that team news came out and Eric Bailly was dropped, there was a mass hysteria. Well, it's not hysteria, is it? There was a mass of discontent about the fact that it was Maguire and Lindelof again. And ultimately, I just don't get his obsession with Maguire and Lindelof, because they've cost us so many goals over the last 6 months. And they've cost us another one here. And there's Luke Shaw's constantly getting 2v1. He can't mark Sterling and Mahrez. Well done, Henderson. I mean, Pogba's a passenger at the moment. He's not doing the defensive work at all. Let's look at Luke Shaw here. He's got 2 players running off him. Like, we're an absolute shambles positionally. Fred doesn't know what he's doing. McTominay doesn't know what he's doing. Maguire and Lindelof don't know what they're doing because they've got no one to mark. They're just running off us all the time. It's a bloody nightmare. Nightmare score 1-0 against Man City when they're not playing with the number 9, because it's just ping and go and ping and go. Anybody who's saying Luke Shaw's out of position, football's not for you. You don't understand what's going on. He's getting 2v1'd all the time because we're not picking up the runners, because there's no number 9. So then what they're doing is they're shifting to the right-hand side, which is really intelligent from Man City, but it's obvious for Ollie to sort it out. They're not playing with a number 9. They keep shifting out to the right-hand side. You see? Here we go again. Sterling. So Luke Shaw has to come out to Sterling when he was marking De Bruyne. So now Maguire comes across to De Bruyne. Fred drops into centre-back, and they dominate the position because there's loads of space again. We've got to press higher. Got to push higher up the fucking pitch. We said it at half-time. But look how deep we're playing. That line is so deep. It's sat in the fucking stands. It's got to play higher. Yeah, they're running at the back 4 again because they're so fucking deep. What a save by Henderson. We spoke about this at half time. It's really frustrating. We're sat so fucking deep. We're losing 1-0. We've got to play higher up the pitch. Sean Negative Turner says, what does Ollie see in McTominay? He's so bad he doesn't know how to play the CDM role at all. Get Matic on it will give Bruno and Pogba more freedom. There's literally nothing coming from our left side in attack and defence. Pogba too slow on the counter and in defence, says Mzani. Corner comes in. Go on, Rashford. We've barely seen Rashford and Martial in this half. It's sad. Lovely play by Martial to Pogba. Stones has bullied him there. I'm surprised City don't put more balls into the box. Our centre-backs never attack the ball when the cross comes in. Just stand there watching. Come on, Stones, a target for us in the summer, says Zayn Miassi. I love Bruno, but he's a moments player. Can't run a game like Kevin De Bruyne, who streets ahead of him, says Carrymore. You see, this is what happens when people who don't really understand the game of football start talking bullshit about Martial's been shit, Rashford's been shit, Bruno's been shit. You're going to not have a good game if you don't get on the ball, but it's not because they're playing shit. They're not getting the ball. The system we're playing is not allowing them to get the ball. They're basically in a submarine running out of oxygen. They're not being provided with any oxygen. They're not De Bruyne's probably touched the ball way more times than Bruno Fernandes has in this game, because we're just not getting our players on the ball. So, you know, how's that going to work? How can you have a similar game? Here's Martial in the box. Cut back. Oh, corner. I just want to check something here. De Bruyne's had 51 touches on the ball and Bruno's had 35. Martial's had 27. Mahrez has had 50. Gundogan's had 52. Fernandinho's had 57. You know, we're just not getting... Oh, he's done it again! And Harry Maguire just lets the ball hit his head. It's just unbelievable how many times he just lets the ball hit his head. Head the bloody ball, mate. How many headers? Somebody, right? You know what? People always say to me, "How do you get a tweet to bang?" I'm telling you, I've hinted at this before. Go through every United game this season. It will take you a bit of time. Go through every United game this season. Go through every cross that Harry Maguire's got his head on. You will have a compilation of about 10 to 20 headers where he's done really well to win it and put no direction on it at all. There's got to be at least, I reckon there's at least 15 now. Definitely over 10. He wins so many headers from corners and then doesn't direct them at all. I can't believe it. Because it's a real talent to win it, but to not put anything on it, it's like heading in a balloon. Good ball by Maguire into Martial there. Bruno, don't hit that, Bruno. Too far out. Too far out. Sick of seeing Rashford call for the ball when he's so far offside. He might as well be on the bus. Will Ollie use a sub? We get 5, says Jonathan Matthews. Yeah. So, yeah, people saying, well, Bruno's not played well. Martial's not played well. Rashford's not played well. Rashford's had 18 touches. 18 touches. Sterling's had 54. As I said, Bruno's had 35 touches. De Bruyne has had 52. Pogba's had 44. Pogba's had more touches than anybody, to be fair. That's surprising. Martial's had 28 touches. The closest they've got to a forward is probably Mahrez, 51. So, the more you're on the ball as a creative player, the more you can make happen. We don't get our creative players on the ball enough, and that's the problem. Do you think Ollie's sending a subliminal message to the board by not playing Van der Beek? Wasn't his choice and throwing it back by keeping him benched? Well, that would be silly to do that. I'm so fed up with Harry Maguire, not my captain. Never want to see Maguire and Lindelof again, says Anton Haga. I'm sick of seeing... I've done that one as well. Please subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Apparently we're 200 away from 946,000. So please subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Martial into Pogba. Bruno on the left-hand side. Little dinky cross. No. The players after every semi-final say they need to do better. This was their chance to deliver, and they've done the same thing, says Ashley Larkham. And A Cat says, hey Mark, Twansebi and Bailly better defenders, just ordered a takeout, tasted like balls. My friend Alex loves balls. Go United, says A Cat. And look at Pep up screaming at his players. Ollie just sits and watches, makes changes now and then make the right ones, says Nathan Cabell. Mark, my mate Liam says we're not in a title race and keeps calling Ollie an idiot. Call him a prat, please, says PJ Pennington. And when will Ollie make a substitution? We're losing from 10 minutes now. No action, says Sunshine Digital Media Agency. Well, we can make 5 substitutions. And he's made none. Oh, City here again. Pogba too slow. Sally Devil Red 7, the moderator, says get some subs on Ollie before this game is gone. What's more shocking is Ollie can't see the issues with Maguire and Lindelof and defending corners for months, says Bren P. Time for subs. McTominay out. Well, this is just heading. I mean, it's look. We're still in a title race. We're not losing 3 points, but from a footballing point of view, this is just really disappointing because this is no different from the first half. He's never changed it. This is the same story as the first half. And if he has the audacity to come out and say fine margins, it's not fine margins. They've dominated us. We've not changed tactics at all. Fred's just picked up a yellow card there. Are you not allowed to make subs in the semi-final, says Carrymore? This is exactly the same false nine system Leipzig destroyed us with, and it's sad to see coaching staff hasn't adapted. They played this versus Chelsea as well, says Barry Haynes. What are they looking at there? Has he got a spot on his hand or something, Karaki? Make a fucking sub. I mean, to be honest with you, I'm trying to think why he's not making any subs. Because to me, McTominay needs to come off. Maybe take Pogba off because he's not really done much. Or Bruno, one of the two. Definitely take McTominay off. Definitely take Pogba or Bruno off. And take a centre-back off to push the line further forward. 3 subs, easy. You got. I mean, we've been talking about pushing the line up for over an hour. Take a centre-back off. Put Bailly on. Take McTominay off. Put Van der Beek or Matic on. And take Pogba off. And put Greenwood on. Like, it's just you've got to go for it. Martial Fred has been utter wasteful. The issue with the match is not defence. We are losing match because of midfield, says Chantiana. Well, watch what I said at half-time, Chantiana, because I disagree with you on that one. The midfield has been hung out to dry. There's too much space. They've been dominated because we played too deep. Ollie isn't reacting enough in big games. We keep losing in semis. Why hasn't he learned his lesson? Says Sean Negative Turner. This is down to Ollie again. He can't just leave his team alone. He was actually improving lately and he's tinkering again, says Andy and Bruno. I agree with that. I'll be talking about that in the match reaction. Here we go. Watch this. Free kick. Lindelof, Maguire. Let it go. Watch Lindelof. Goes to kick it. Maguire leaves it. I don't actually think that's on Luke Shaw. I mean, Maguire's got to deal with that. Lindelof's got to deal with that. Probably more Maguire than Lindelof when you see it back, but I still think Lindelof's got to deal with it. City have been dominant. Ollie been schooled by Pep. Embarrassing that we've subbed McTominay for Van der Beek and Pogba for Greenwood, the mystery man. Come on. We've got 20 minutes left here. Pro-Trump militia have invaded the US Capitol building. Attempted coup in the progress, says Mark H. That's ridiculous. Pogba's got it on the back post here. Cross comes in. Bruno takes a touch. Oh, fucking hell, Bruno. Fine margins. You know what, though? Actually, it is fine margins, isn't it? It is fine margins. It would be 0-0 if our centre-backs hadn't messed up. You know, realistically and honestly, why are we losing this game? Because of a defensive error. So Mason Greenwood's going to come on here. Player ratings is open on the unitedstand.com if you want to start doing it. I'll drop it in the link in the video description for you as well. Kevin Delorta says they're not storming the Capitol for for Trump. They're doing it because Ollie didn't start Bruno. Well, it's good that we can all laugh. Good play by Pogba there. Bruno puts it wide to Luke Shaw. I think I don't even know if I'm being unfair at this point, but I just have this real, almost an allergy now to Victor Lindelof and Harry Maguire as centre-backs. It just makes me feel ill. I just do not like them as a pairing. And I know loads of people feel like that. I mean, as I said, some of our great defenders of the past have said that. But I mean, what was Rio Ferdinand's line? They gave him nightmares. We're moving the ball around a little bit better now, though. Could be heading towards extra time if we can get a bloody goal. Martial. That's got to be a penalty. Nah, he ain't going to get a penalty easy. Sort of ran into traffic here, Martial. Yeah, he's gone down there. Seems like Bruno's ability to influence games has subsided a bit, probably a result of fatigue. Ollie embracing the PO stereotype with these tactics. So McTominay comes off for Fred. I don't think he's going to do well in your player ratings, McTominay. You can get your player ratings in now if you want to. Mark every player out of 10. 6 is average. Links in the video description. Goes to theunitedstand.com. Pogba moves into the McTominay position now. This is probably not a bad idea. Probably should have done it about 20 minutes ago. $15 minutes to go. Who will do well in the player ratings? Well, agenda people won't like it, but I actually do think I do think Luke Shaw's had a good game. I think it's been a thankless task at left back. He's been double teamed. He's got forward way more than Wan-Bissaka. Nobody's really got the better of him apart from that bloody John Stones thing, which I put the blame on the centre backs. So I think Luke Shaw's had a good game. I think Henderson's had a good game. Made a couple of good saves. Can't really blame him for that. But other than that, it's difficult, isn't it? I think the forwards have been deprived of oxygen. I mean, look at Luke Shaw making the runs there. This is the 75th minute and he's doing all these runs constantly. People don't see it. Back and forward all the bloody time. But yeah, the midfield's been poor. Fred and McTominay were poor. Some of it not their own fault. Bruno and Pogba probably the same. Yeah, we've not been in this game. It's just been a lot of running around really. So much for a Tinkerman. We do not have a plan B. Sub should have been made 20 minutes ago, says Genwan Belandaris. Mark, why the hell does Ollie not just go for it now in the final 20 minutes? He trusts his players to what? Scrape a draw? Wake up, Ollie, says Pragesh. And Mark, I'm going to storm Old Trafford just so I can scream at Harry Maguire, says Kyle Wong. The thing is, if Maguire hadn't made that mistake, he's not actually had a terrible game. You know, he's not actually had a lot to do because he's not had anyone to mark, but he's not been terrible. If he doesn't make that, you know, if Lindelof clears that chance and Maguire doesn't have to not clear it, he's not had a terrible game. But again, it will all you get judged on your mistakes, don't you? And that's the mistake that's going to cost us the game at this point. Donny needs to come on for Fred so we can escape the pressure and move the ball quickly. How the hell is Ollie so stupid? Get Bailly on already, says Gabriel Noel. Cancelo and Luke Shaw here. Yeah. He's talking to you. I'm talking to you. He's talking to you. Have a yellow card, you little twat. Do you want some? He's Andy. Cancelo for the foul on Rashford. And then Luke Shaw giving him a bit. Nice one, Luke. Well done, Luke. This game is dithered a little bit, hasn't it? Love it from Luke Shaw there, says Orbit. Well, it's nice to show a little bit. I think Luke Shaw's been our best player apart. Yeah, I do. I think he's had a good game. He gives 200%. I don't think he's the best left back in the world. I've never said that, but I certainly think he's a lot better than people think. And actually, in what's been a really subdued performance from United, I think he's had a good game, and his energy levels have been ridiculous. It's just been back and forward all game. Diaz been frustratingly brilliant, says Garen. Diaz is a very good player for them. And Pogba's actually been decent and Bruno crap, says Benji. I've seen no difference between Pogba and Bruno at all. And I don't think Bruno's been crap at all. I don't know where you get that Bruno's been crap. He misplaced a couple of passes in the first half, but I don't think he's been crap. I just don't think we've been able to get them on the ball, either of them. As I said at half-time, I think Pogba and Bruno have very similar games. Go on, Rashford. Good tackle again. Stones joining the Rodgers Revolution, says Zane Miassi. And centre-backs have now cost us 4 semi-finals in the last 12 months, but Ollie thinks they work well together. Most naive man ever, says Gabriel Noel. And big shout out to Paxton. He got covered today. Wish him well. I really hope we should have gone with Donny instead of McTominay, says Paxton a cat. Thank you very much. Welcome to the Members Club, Squeak TPS. 10 minutes to go. Go on then. Greenwood. Bad pass there. Go on. It's such a shame though, isn't it? I mean, realistically, it's such a shame. You've got Lindelof and Maguire there. They just don't fill you with anything at all. And when Eric Bailly plays, it just gives you an aura. And I'm not saying he's the best centre-back in the world, but he's definitely better than those two. What's that from Rashford? And I think we've missed that identity today of Eric Bailly. You know, that he just brings something to this team, a bit of passion, a bit of an identity. Henderson's been solid for what's been asked of him, says Mr. 16892. Yeah, I agree. I do agree with you on that one. Here's Greenwood. Go on then. Go on then. Oh, tackled. Trying to do too much probably there. Now they come away with Sterling. De Bruyne. I mean, De Bruyne's had a quiet game. He's had loads of touches on the ball, but he's had a quiet game. That's all right. That'll go for a throw-in. It's got to be careful on the break now, but we've got to be honest with you, careful schmereful on the break. We've got to go for it, haven't we? We've got to go more on the front foot now. Ten minutes to go. Oh, bloody deflects to De Bruyne. Get tighter. Corner. So we've made 1 substitution from 5. All those players on the bench. Eric Bailly could have been brought on. Donny van der Beek could have been brought on. Oh, for fuck's sake. Shut up. Shut up, Pep. Bloody get out. I can't believe it. It drops to Fernandinho on the edge of the box and he blasts it in. Well, that's that, isn't it? That's that. The only cup we're getting near is a cup of tea. PG tips. Twats. That's what happens. Lazy prats. That's basically what the performance has been today. Lazy. Wan-Bissaka with the head. Nobody anywhere near Fernandinho. Who's putting their body on the line here? Who's putting these out? Put your body on the bloody line. I mean, should Lindelof slide at that? I don't know. It's hard to say. Fernandinho, it's a good hit. Dean Henderson can do nothing about it. But it's lackadaisical. It's lazy. You know what it is with Manchester United, right? In semi-finals and today, lazy, not change the tactics quick enough, waiting for things to happen. And the reality is Man City have controlled this game. But that's 4 semi-finals we've bottled now. 4 semi-finals. It's like the guy who's got, you know, he's got the money, he's got the designer clothes, he's got the lovely girlfriend, he's got the Ferrari, and he's even got the route to Wembley in his Google Maps on his phone. And then he get in the car, he's never passed his test and he doesn't even know how to fucking drive. It's just all the gear and no idea today. We've got everything coming towards this game today. We had everything set, and I was excited. We had everything ready to do something today. And that one change to this team has set us back where we were, where we're 2-0 down to Southampton and we're having to scam our way back into it. Or we're nicking a 1-0 against West Brom. Or we should be 3-0 down at West Ham, but we're only 1-0 down and we win it in the second half. Defensively, with Maguire and Lindelof, we are a different team to what we are with Bailly and Maguire. And we've played so deep. We've invited so much pressure. And I don't get why he thinks Lindelof and Maguire are good. Eric Bailly got us the 3 points against Villa. Literally, the last action of that game was Eric Bailly blocking the ball and the team running on to celebrate with him. Next game out, Man City, biggest game of the season, chance to get a final. Eric, keep your tracksuit on. Victor's coming back in. What? The same player and the same centre-back pairing, which has been causing people fucking nightmares for ages. Yeah, it's my favourite too. I just don't. I just think we've had a missed opportunity tonight. I really do think we've had a missed opportunity. I think if Eric Bailly had played, we might not have won, but we would have played the game very, very differently. And, you know, I don't want to be doing what we did at half-time, where we're sat there saying, we've got to play higher up the pitch. We've got to squeeze them high up the pitch. The gap between the attack and the midfield, it's like different postcodes. And we haven't. We've played this deep line again with Maguire. I mean, they've not even got anyone to bloody mark. I feel like we've gone into a bloody time warp. It's like that shit song from the 90s, Let's Do the Time Warp again. Because against Everton in the Carabao Cup last round, I thought that was the best. Everton couldn't get out of their half. Villa, good. Leicester, much better. Lindelof's fit. Let's go back to all the shit we had before. McTominay contributes nothing, says Paulo Ramirez. Lame performance. Pogba being Pogba. Deep line. I'm not surprised about the result. Ollie loves bottled semis next, says Paulo Ramirez. Well, if he doesn't go back to Eric Bailly at centre-back, we are going to struggle this season because we are back being that team fine margins. We haven't been a fine margins team for the last few weeks. This is why so many people are Ollie out. Same mistake over and over again. Lindelof, Maguire, McTominay, kick Ollie out. PE teacher at the end says push it. Well, I disagree with that. We are still in a very good position in the league. But it's not good enough to keep making these mistakes. Good tackle, Luke Shaw. 2v1 again. Double teamed again. I feel sorry for Luke Shaw. If you know, you know. He's been 2v1. Oh, piss off. Dude, what you do? He's bringing Donny van der Beek on for 4 minutes when we're 2-0 down. He's having a bloody laugh. This is a piss take. Donny van der Beek coming on for 4 minutes when we're 2-0 down. Oh, screw it. Screw it, I'm off to Screwfix. What a bloody joke. I can't believe it. Four minutes when we're 2-0 down. What a piss take. What an absolute piss take. Ollie Gunnasemi, says Michael Whitman. That's quite a good one, actually. Ollie's Scandinavian. Lindelof is Scandinavian. It's unconscious bias. Has to be, says Martin McCullough. Mark, to be fair, a positive is this shows what happens when we don't have a fast centre-back. Maybe they'll show the Glazers and Ed Woodward that we need a fast centre-back. Mate, the thing is, right, you're right, and I'm going to mention that in the match reaction because we're running out of time. You're absolutely right. But we've already seen for the last 2 weeks why we need a fast centre-back. And then in our biggest game of the season, we go back to not having a fast centre-back when we've got one. Shocking stuff. Bruno was crap. Martial diving like it's no one's business. And Lindelof looks like wet toilet roll, says Sean Thornton. Don't act surprised like you didn't know Ollie changes the team every game. I wasn't surprised Bailly dropped. This is what we get with Ollie, says Neil Pal. And you ask Kiss Bruno and look at him tonight. I'd prefer Tom Cleverley, says Aidan Pal. I'll tell you what, mate. You get Tom Cleverley back. I'll have Bruno Fernandes. The player that's put us into the position we are in over the last nearly a year. But I tell you what, Bruno has one bad game. You bring your agenda, Aidan, and shove it right up your arse where the sun doesn't shine. Because if you want to go in on Bruno Fernandes tonight, you are a bigger prat than I think you are. Because Bruno Fernandes has put us where we are. And it's that sort of shit fandom that destroys football for me. Because A player has a bad game and now, oh, I told you he's shit. He's the reason we are where we are. How ungrateful and idiotic can you be? I accept Bruno's not played well tonight, but bloody hell. Turn your head on, mate, because it's dark inside and empty. Switch your brain on. I did say Manchester United won't win this game, says Jay Perryman. Well done, Jay. If you had a bet on, fair play. I thought we would win 2-1. Disappointing. But you know what? Our fan base is riddled with agendas, unfortunately. There'll be people who think Luke Shaw had a crap game tonight and they'll blame him for the goal, even though he's been my man of the match. For me, can't wait to do the player ratings. Links in the video description, theunitedstand.com. Ollie, McKenna, I mean, these lads can you can sit there and shake your heads, but we don't deserve that. We don't deserve anything more than to lose that game. I haven't seen anywhere near enough from us tonight. Awful performance. Tactically schooled. Just not good enough. Not good enough. We in no way was that a fine margin result. We were not good enough, and we've got to take it. We've got to take it. And the saddest thing is, I think as a fan base, the saddest thing is, we knew when that team news came out we might struggle. I wish we'd picked Eric Bailly, because that was the game we should have seen. Eric Bailly, higher line. We didn't get to see the best United side tonight, and that's the biggest shame. Harry Maguire can't mark a school book. We are desperate for a centre-back, says Rosico. And Bruno is mint, but his form fell off like this at the end of last season, says Michael Mayerstart. I mean, yeah, he might just be tired. I'm not going to pretend that Bruno didn't play well today. These players are exactly playing like how the manager wants, and these players are too good to be getting dominated to this extent. It's boring, says Sharath Kamath Fitness. And isn't Ollie's petulance in not playing Donny van de Beek costing Man United dearly, just as Woodward is costing us bringing Donny van de Beek on for no time now, says Pregash. I think Ollie needs to take the blame tonight. Seriously lacked intensity in our defending. Dropping Bailly was poor. Maguire and Lindelof way too passive, especially from crosses. And I think Martial wasteful. Wan-Bissaka shocking, playing out of position to follow for that donkey Pogba, says Joe Webster. Man United need to go market now by centre-back, says Man United 890. Just when I thought we were good, as always, disappointed and scared, and how we can win Premier League with this team, says OK Sherpa. We are bottle jobs, says Aram. That's down to the manager and coaching. Anthony Tracy says we lost the game in the centre midfield, counter FC midfield, no productive possession. And Ollie bottled it again, benched one of our best defenders, and that defence cost us the game, says Ranjan. And 5 subs available, only used 2, and one of those is with 4 minutes to go. It's a piss take, says Telephone 1. I don't disagree with anything anybody's got to say, to be honest with you. It's been a very, 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 very disappointing evening for Manchester United, and I feel that we've cost ourselves with the way that we've approached this game, from the way that we picked the team. Just not good enough. Remember, we are going to do a match reaction with it after this, and we've got the fan forum with Flex and KG. But do make sure you do your player ratings. The link's in the video description. Theunitedstand.com for that. Or you can go through the link in the video description. Mark every player out of 10, with 6 being the average. And we'll go through that on the match reaction as well. Man United with a late corner here, but it's not going to make a massive amount of difference, is it? And that's the final whistle. Just out with a whimper. That's the thing. It's out with a whimper that really, really saddens me. Man City into the... they're all there hugging and everything like that. It pisses me off. That's not a league game. When the whistle blows, that pisses me off. Man City in a huddle, having a good old cuddle, and off to a final against Spurs. And we bottle another semi-final. It's not, it's like Ollie said it himself. No excuses. In the press conference yesterday, he said no excuses. And there are no excuses for that performance. Somebody's got to take the blame. And I personally feel that some of the performances were shit, but tactically that needed to be changed way quicker than it was. And Maguire and Lindelof just ain't it. Stop playing Maguire and Lindelof. It's just got to stop. It's got to stop. When will it end, Robbie? When will it end? Just ridiculous. And, you know, Pep loves the Carabao Cup. They're well happy. They're over the moon. They're absolutely over the moon. And they've got a few players out as well. That's the scary thing. Match reactions coming in the next minute or so. Links in the video description, top line, or you can go through the homepage. But make sure you get your player ratings in. UnitedStand.com, or go through the link in the video description as well. Mark every player out of 10, 6 being the average. Put a star next to your man of the match. Submit your score. We'll get over to the match reaction. There's bloody loads to talk about, and we won't be holding back. I'll see you over there in a minute.